Obviously, we are going to go live. If you're catching this on the replay, make sure you like, subscribe, and share to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. We're going to give people a little bit of time to get in here tonight before we get too excited about things. Let's see if we can just kick back and enjoy the evening. That's what we're going to try to do. There we go. All right, so it is Friday. It's 67 degrees, a little bit after 8 p.m. It's a beautiful early fall day in my part of the world. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you for stopping in, everybody. Remember to do the old thumbs up thing if you want to. We appreciate that. Let me know what's going on in your world. You got a channel, something you want to talk about? Questions, comments, theories? On our channel, everybody's welcome. We love giving advice. We love taking advice. Always, as always, it seems like there's always a lot going on in the news today around the world. Not a super busy day for us, but a pretty decent day. Just got back from running an errand. I'm going to tell you guys about that in a little while. So we'll wait and save that as part of the update. So we appreciated everybody joining us at the park last night. It's a great live stream. I took Lily and I out to the park. I dragged her around in her baby scooter that Lorelei bought her because, Lily's kind of crippled up with her bad leg, and she couldn't walk if we tried that far. So I thought it'd be fun to let her go sniff the park and see things differently, and I think she had a pretty good time at it. I think she had a pretty good time and enjoyed all of you people stopping in and saying hi to Lily last night. I had a good time at the park with you guys anyway. Thank you all for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Let me know who's all here. Hello, Fish in a Pack. Oh, man. A lot of good things going on. A lot of stressful things going on in the world. Been talking to a lot of people today from around the world, which is kind of crazy. More of our friends in the Philippines were definitely affected by the latest earthquake in the Philippines. So, but thank you all for being here. We got about 25 people watching. You guys don't be scared of me. Don't be scared. Come forward, drop a chat, say hello. You're safe here. We got a good, safe environment for everybody. Oh, man. We had a good time yesterday at the park with Lily. Took her around. I got to work on my modifying how to take her baby cart. It's like a baby stroller, a baby buggy. And I was on my mobility scooter, so I was dragging her around with my left arm while I'm driving with the right arm because I'm left-handed, so I'm kind of trying to multitask there. So it's kind of funny. But I got to work on a better system to be able to drag Lily. And I know I can buy different, children's carts and pet carts that you can tow behind bicycles. And I know I could probably adapt one of those to tow behind the scooter. But this was my first attempt to try to take Lily with me on a journey because we're hoping to do some more of that because, since our dog Daisy passed away, Lily doesn't like to be left alone. She gets really sad because she doesn't have anybody here at the house, right? So, a lot of fun. I think she had a good time. I think you guys had a good time. We had the one little lady that had another doggie that didn't seem to be very kind and friendly, but that's all right. Today's been a busy day. It's Friday in my part of the world, It's 67 degrees, about 8:17. It was a pretty nice day today. Not super hot, a little breezy, overcast. There for a while, we thought we were going to get some storms rolling in, but that didn't happen, so that's a good thing. But other than that, man, we had to, Lorelai's at work, of course. I've been working on trying to get the house cleaned up, trying to get ready for this Christmas season. For the holiday season, we got our big Halloween party coming up. You guys all have seen that. Make sure you tune in the live stream for that. So that's what we've been doing. And so tonight we're going to sit here and relax a little bit later in the evening here. Watch some TV, hang out with you people. If you guys got any questions or thoughts, let me know. We're here. We're here for you. We got 1,600 people watching in the background, but don't be shy on us. Come forward. If you know anything about backlighting, let me know. I'm interested in doing some backlighting for when I do live streams or make videos in my office. I'm thinking about doing some backlighting. I don't know a lot about it, so I'm going to work on that a little bit. The Croissant Boys in the house, doing good. How are you? We're doing pretty good today. It's been a good day overall. How are you? What's going on in your part of the world? We appreciate the thumbs up, saying hi to everybody. So yeah, so I want to do some backlighting in my office to kind of give like a dimensional effect when I make talking head videos. Doing good about 2 days. It's my sister's birthday. Nice. My birthday is not too far away myself, actually. Return to Jesus is all the way from Arizona. Good to see you. That's my wife's fish tank. Just a little 55-gallon tank. Those are hers. My good friend Tarzan's in the house. Good to see you all the way from Minnesota. How are you? What's going on in Minnesota? Thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. A lot going on in the world, as you guys all know. But yeah, I want to do some backlighting, like up against the wall. So I'm thinking about buying these lights that are about 48 inches tall, that are multiple colored, and they kind of, glow up against the wall to give a visual effect. But I'm still studying them. They're kind of pricey, so I'm still working on that. Something I kind of researched today a little bit. Let me check on my dog. You okay, Lily? Yeah? All right. Oh, my dog Lily's really happy. We got a wiener dogs. Our one wiener dog's passed away, but our other one's still alive. It's turkey season in America, if you didn't know this. And what that means is we can actually go and find whole turkeys to buy at Walmart or somewhere, right? Kanisha from New York, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Our dog really loves to eat turkey. And it's during the spring and summer, it's hard to find turkey. But now that it's fall, the turkeys have showed back up. So we're able to buy her turkey, and I cook down a turkey, and I chop it all up, and I save the broth and the juice, And that's what she eats for dinner, mixed with some dry good pulverized for vitamins. So doing good, Phil. I'm doing fine, but could be better. Why could you be better? How can we make your day better? Tarzan says, gobble, gobble. That's right, my friend. The Croissant Bros says, ever since I joined this chat, it's been blowing up. That's because everybody wants to see you. Everybody's here for you, the Croissant Bros. Angry Man, I just woke up with a chubby, needs some. Well, that ain't going to happen here. And if you continue on with language like that, I'll just boot your dumb ass out of here. So if you want to stick around and be productive, that's fine. If you don't, I don't care. So, we can make fun of you. Now, look, if you want to be a troll on my channel, be aware that I will make fun of you. I will embarrass you. So you need to come to this channel with a grain of, hey, I might want to be careful. Because we will make fun of you a lot. And then we'll find your IP address. And I'll have people come and make fun of you. And then if you do anything really bad, you might have other problems. So I'm just warning you. Nope, they're here for you. No, man, they're here for you, right? But I appreciate everybody coming in. Kanisha, I'm tired of people. I am tired people of other people tell me to get over my mom's passing. Well, one thing I'll tell you, Kanisha, is don't ever let anybody tell you how to mourn, okay? We all mourn in our own way, in our own time. So never, ever, ever let anybody tell you how to mourn the loss of a loved one, period. All right? Don't listen to them. They don't know what you feel or what you're going through. So it's none of their business how long it takes you or what you got to go through for the healing process to start. The only advice I give you guys when you're mourning is to try to remember all of the good stuff. Walter's in the house saying, funny guy. Son, brother, is a stupid. Walter Sharks, amazing. Ganesha, you were crying today, so you had a bad day remembering your mom. Which, look, that's going to happen. You know, it's going to happen for the rest of your life. You're going to have moments where you go, oh. You know, you're going to have moments where you go, wow, I remember when. And you're going to have moments when something reminds you and it's going to touch your heart and it's going to make you sad. It's going to make you happy. A smell is going to remind you of something, you know. So, what did I have for dinner? That's a good question. I don't know what I had for dinner. I had dinner, but I don't know what it was. Croissant Bros, is that so true? It is, right? Common sense is all it is, man. You made my day 10 times better. Well, happy to do that. Mike and Venus, my good friends, Mike and Venus in the house. How are you guys doing? Did you survive the additional earthquake? Get in. Go to bed. Go on. Go on. I got to put my dog Lily to bed. All right, get in there. She's a wiener dog, so she likes to be tucked in. Tarzan says, my wife cooks salmon today. Nice. I think I had crab ragoon. That's what I had. I had some crab ragoon in the toaster oven. I heated that up. You're good? Nice, Mike. Good to hear. Yeah, a lot of craziness going on, right? With all the earthquakes around the world. The one thing I was passing on, did I tell John that? John, were you the one I made the joke about? With all the earthquakes happening around the world, you definitely can't say that happens on a flat planet, flat Earth. Fortunately, we're not near a fault line. That is good. PA's in the house. Good to see you. PA had a big fishing trip today. He did. I saw him catching fish. Yeah, you know, we're from the Cebu area. Last week, Cebu got hit. Now in this other area. So but look, it's normal. I told somebody today, I'm not trying to minimize what happened in the Philippines. But the Philippines is equipped for the earthquakes. They're used to it. You know, it's going to happen again and again, and they just kind of roll with it. They're better at rolling with it. Everybody say hello to each other, by the way. If you haven't done that, say hello to each other. Kanisha, I had hamburgers and potato. Woohoo! Hamburger and potato. That sounds all right. Did you have hamburgers and french fries or hamburgers and mashed potatoes? Kazan Brothers, wiener dog, how did you get so long? That's right. Yeah, we love wiener dogs. You know, we had two, but one died this year, which is heartbreaking. And Lily, my other one, has a clubbed foot from a car accident. So, but their wiener dogs are special dogs. Oh, happy to tune in anytime, PA. So I'm glad you're staying busy with the channel and keep working it. Everybody comment, and yeah, the more comments, the better we have. The more thumbs up, the better things are. But you guys all go get to know each other. I scratched my face today. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know what I did, but somehow I scratched myself. I feel like I'm wounded. I feel like somebody poked me in the face, and I don't remember it. But I got some really cool things, something I decided to do today. The fall season for us is our Rice for Life campaign for the Philippines. Galactic Gaming, good to see you, buddy. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? So our Rice for Life program is where my wife and I over the years we buy a bunch of rice for the new year, the start of the new year in the Philippines, because it's part of their culture that they need to have rice in their house for the first of the year. It's a good omen, right? So we do that every year. Last year, some friends, all of you wonderful people, wanted to get involved, made it even bigger. So we've kicked that off again. And let me just say, my PayPal is on my YouTube channel. If anybody wants to help us with that, just go there and put the money on the PayPal thing. But here's what I decided today. And you guys might like this. So I got a bunch of crap around the house that I need to sell, like on Facebook Marketplace. And I just sold something, and coming back home, it struck me. Here's what I decided. It was only $60, right? So, and what you might not know, every time I sell something on Facebook Marketplace, no matter what, my wife gets half and I get half. She does what she wants with it. I do what I want with it. Well, coming back home, I decided I'm going to divide that into thirds. So she's going to get a third, $20. I get a third, $20. The other $20 is going to go to buy rice for the Philippines, especially after all these horrible earthquakes that's been happening. So I know they're going to really need it. All right, let me get caught up here. I keep missing you. I'm all good, man. We're doing good. Cricket's in the house. Galactic Gaming, my good friend. I'm glad you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while. I know we've all been busy. Cricket's in the house saying hello. Big John says eating 3 oranges and a hot tea. Wow. You trying to boost up your vitamin C's? Grisabro says I like going to random chats. If they have nobody in it, and I just say hi. That's all right. So thank you for saying hi. Random people like that. We all do. Time flies by. I miss being a kid. Boy, let me tell you. If I had it my way, I would still be a kid having somebody else support me. Living the good life. We had no clue how good we had it as children, right? Tell you, I miss Vegas. I really want to go back. Well, you should. We would like to go back. It's on the list to go back to. We have so many other places we want to go, but we like Vegas. We'd go back. If, especially if somebody paid for the trip, we'd go. So, yes, the Croissant Bro says, I am a kid. We know. We can tell that. I'd get an Airbnb apartment next time, save much money. Yeah, we like Airbnbs. Now, you got to be a little careful that they're not a scam, but we prefer Airbnbs. Now, we stay in luxury resort hotels once in a while. It all depends what our trip is, how long we're going to be there, and what we're going to do, and what we're expecting to do. Tarzan says, once a man, twice a child. That's me. That's good, man. Mentally, I am 5. Oh, I'd give you maybe 7 or 8. It's cool staying in the hotels for experience, but oh my God, it is not cheap. Oh, I agree with that. Mentally 3, the bro says. I meant to say I'm mentally 3. I understand. Yeah, hotels are expensive. And you can save money with an Airbnb, but sometimes there's a trade-off, right? So we've stayed in Airbnbs on the beach, and they're more expensive than a hotel, right? So, but you got everything you need, and you're more comfortable. So you pay more money for an Airbnb down on the water or in a prime location than you would a hotel. But you have more of a house, more of a feature. Now, if you want to go off the beach or up the coast or off the lake or wherever and stay in a normal house, then it's quite a bit cheaper than a hotel. Here's my friend Missy's channel. Everybody say hello to Missy's channel. How are you tonight, Missy's channel? You know, one thing I was shocked by, I expected to see every casino crammed all the time. Yeah, no. I hear that from other people. They're kind of shocked that the casinos just aren't crammed packed. But I'm going to tell you, I've been to a lot of different casinos in a lot of different places, and I've never seen any of them jammed packed. Not even on a cruise ship. Tarzan says the casino 30 miles from my use tribal natives paid $50 a night for a hotel room. Nice. That's pretty dang good. Wow. Missy's channel. Everybody give her a shout out and say hello to her. Goodbye. I have a great night. I'm going to go to sleep now. All right. Well, you get some rest. Well, they've been saying that for years, to be honest. As an American, I remember in the 90s, they were saying Vegas was dying. That's why they started that campaign about what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So they've been saying it's been dying for the last 30 years. It's still there. I do think it's changing. I think it's evolving. I don't think people are going, I think it's not just a Sin City anymore. You know what I mean? People have been gotten burned out, or the priorities have changed about like a Sin City. So I know now there's a lot of family stuff going on, and there's a lot of stuff outside the strip that's happening that attracts more families, but it takes them away from the strip. So the strip is not as busy as it used to be. That's correct. It's like a 2 to 3% drop in tourism. Yeah, that doesn't shock me. I know I saw a thing the other day where Texas had a big drop in tourism at the state fair. That really doesn't shock me too much. Airbnbs, we're having problems with those in America. A lot of people that own Airbnbs are very upset because people aren't booking them as much anymore. Got a bunch of thumbs up from the brothers. Kenesha. Everybody say hello to Kenesha from New York. Yeah, there's a lot to do as well. Apart from gambling, drinking, that's where everybody costs more. Yes, and that's what I mean. So the strip, the Las Vegas strip is definitely not the hot, you know what I mean? And I'm okay with that, I guess. Shirley Robinson says hello. Everybody say hello to her. Galactic says the days of $10. Yes, we found no cheap food. We found no cheap food in Vegas. I mean, we paid serious money for good quality food, but we paid good money. There was no cheap anything there. Never experienced that though. Everybody say hello to Shirley. Tarzan holidays, people might save their money for Xmas. Yes, Shirley, yes. I know. Yeah, you can't buy anything at the Gatorade. You got to go down to the Rite Aid or the Walgreens or the CVS and buy your groceries and bring them back to the hotel. I know. I paid like $8 or $9 for a cup of tea, a hot tea at a hotel in Vegas, and they gave me a thing of hot water and a tea bag. Never do that again. Galactic Gaming, buy watches. The Christmas people, yes. Watches are always a great thing to buy. Always, I encourage you. I'm still looking for a couple of new watches myself. Shirley says, true, same, $9. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We enjoyed Vegas, but we weren't on the strip. We stayed at the Paris Hotel on the strip, so we were on the strip a lot, but we kept leaving the strip and doing other things. I know, and that's it. They make it so small that you can't put anything in there, right? Hotels cover all angle. They do. Taxis included. What we found out when we were there, like the Grab and Ubers, they can't come to the front of the hotels. There's a special location in the back of the hotels where you got to use them at. Expensive hotels don't have microwaves. I know, but don't you think they should? That's why an Airbnb is always better. You got a refrigerator, you got all those things. But Airbnbs can be really, really expensive. We've stayed at some. We've been to a couple of them where we had 4 couples on this big one out at the beach, and it still cost us each an arm and a leg to stay there. I can't remember, but I think it was like $5,000 for the week, for 5 days. $5,000, $1,000 a day or something. We all split it, but maybe it was more than that because it was right on the water. But it was nice. So I agree with you. I agree with you, my friend. They've got it figured out. The other thing we found out when we were in Vegas by talking to people was the hotel chains, they own the taxi companies. That's why Uber has to go to the back door to pick you up. They can drop you off in the front, but you got to pick them up somewhere else. Upgraded my room for one night to one of the best rooms in the Horseshoe. Nice. I had 2 floors to my room, but still a tiny fridge. I know. You got a room big enough that you could put 50 people in, but you're going to have a tiny fridge. I know. I've been in some of those. I've been in some luxury some top-end Holiday Inn hotels, believe it or not, where they had the split-level rooms and big convention centers and places, and even those were that way. That's why you got to drag a cooler in, I guess, and get some ice. I don't know, man. It is crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, I can't think of the last hotel we stayed in. We stay in Airbnbs a lot, but usually because we take the dogs with us. So, but I can't think of the last hotel we stayed in. It must have been in the Philippines, to be honest. I don't think we've stayed in a hotel in America since we got back from the Philippines. But when I was still teaching, and the college was paying for the hotel rooms, then hey, I had no problem staying in hotel rooms. But if I got to pay it, we look at whether it's worth it or not. Because one, I guess the Paris Hotel was before the Philippines, yes. So I think it was the Philippines, the last hotel we stayed in. We've stayed in some houses. We like to stay in Airbnbs that are complete houses, not a condo. Condo's okay, but we're not going to rent like part of a house as an Airbnb. We're not going to do that. It has to be all or nothing. All or nothing for us. That way when the wife cooks stinky fish, nobody calls the cops on us. But that's all right. I'm glad you had a good time in Vegas. We're going to try to take a little bit of outdoor activity trips ourselves this fall. We're going to try to take in some Christmas stuff without blowing the budget. It's a big thing. I thought about going back to Nashville, Tennessee for a weekend, but I don't know about that. And but we're definitely going to spend some time up in, I think, the Branson, Missouri area again. Emma's in the house. Hello, Emma. Good to see ya. Thank you for saying hello. Everybody say hello to Emma, and thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate that as always. So, we got so much going on in our lives that I don't know. I told people earlier this year, I feel like I'm stuck in traffic, and I'm still stuck in traffic. So I would like to move somewhere else to a warmer climate like southern Alabama. My wife could give a rat's ass whether we do or we don't, but I would like to. But we're kind of stuck in traffic, and that even comes the same way for vacations. One, I'm trying not to blow a lot of money, but we really like vacations. So how do you do that, right? I need to convince my wife to get a job where all they do is put her on vacation. Maybe that's the way, right? Tarzan says, I once flew my daughter to Hawaii first class and she went to college. Holy smoking butt farts, John. Wow. That's nice. She could experience it as motivation to do well in school, right? Oh man, that's good. That is good. I got some exciting news. What did I say? What am I doing? I was going to tell you guys something. I told you about Rice for Life, right? That I found a way to put some more money away for Rice for Life. And if you guys want to help out, go to the PayPal account on the YouTube channel. But that wasn't it. Oh, being stuck for traffic. My pacemaker finally alarmed today. We've been waiting for this stupid thing to alarm for, hell, 3 months now, 4 months. So today it finally went off, which was kind of a shock. So we're going to be making a video about that and the surgery and all of that coming up. So maybe in the next 4 or 5 weeks, I should get a new pacemaker. So they said, I did ask him if I could keep the old one, and they said no. And I'm like, well, that's not very nice. But there's a place called, I can't remember, Top of the Rock in Branson, Missouri, that has all these caves, and they decorate it for Christmas. So I'm going to try to take Lorelai and some friends up, and we're going to take the golf cart ride and do all of that for Christmas, hopefully live stream it. I'll tell you, what I'm really excited about is this weekend. Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow's the weekend, right? Today's Friday. Wow. Hope I remember that. We're going to go to dinner with our good friends. I'm really excited about it. It's a brand new Japanese restaurant in our part of the world. It's in the most expensive part of our communities here. It's a Japanese restaurant. It's beautifully done. It is 5-star rated. To get in, you got to have a reservation in advance. So we do have reservations tomorrow for 6:30. So we're really excited. I don't know how much the food is. I hope it's not too bad. But we're going to go eat Japanese food tomorrow with some friends. I love sushi, so I'm very excited about this new experience, this new restaurant. And I'm sure Lorelai and the girls will take a lot of pictures of the restaurant and the food and everything and post all of that all over Facebook. So, but really excited about that, believe it or not. And then, because I was watching a video the other day about some of the best places to visit for Christmas, like if you want to go on a Christmas trip. And Top of the Rock in Branson was one of them. Nashville, Tennessee is another one. I think God, I forgot the place in Georgia. Savannah, Georgia, the old part of Georgia. Orlando, Florida, of course, because of the Disney people. But Vegas wasn't on there for Christmas. But a couple of the older towns was, I don't think Hershey, Pennsylvania was either. So we're going to try to do some of that. We're going to try to do some trips that we can afford to do. That's only a few hours away. Pat's in the house. Good evening. Good evening to you, Pat. How are you tonight? Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate you. How are you? So, the Gaylord Opry Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee always goes crazy for Christmas. I've been there, but not at Christmas. I've been there, though. The Gaylord. I think it's called the Gaylord. Yeah. And, but we'd have to fly there. So we might just, we may go to a place called Silver Dollar City. Now that's expensive. It's like 150 bucks each to get in for the day. I mean, that's 300 bucks. That's like Disney World prices or better. Pat says he's doing good. Nice, nice, nice. Everybody said hello to Pat. We'd like to I'd go to Vegas, but that ain't gonna happen either. I don't know where we're gonna go, what we're gonna do. We got a Halloween party coming up. We're gonna live stream that. So you guys, it's already set up on the channel. It's already set up. So if you want to be reminded of the live stream coming up on the 25th of October for the Halloween party, you need to just tell it to notify you, because it's going to be done a little differently. So, and then I think we're doing a Christmas party too. But, you know, I get to have a new pacemaker in the next probably 4 or 5 weeks, because the funny thing was, and it goes off at 10:30. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to set my alarm to get up and try to record it, making the noise that it makes, as part of my video series about getting a new pacemaker. So, but the funny thing was, the first time it went off was this morning. I'm sitting here, and I'm using my iPad, and I'm watching some Facebook Reels videos or something, and I'm watching a video about a car, right? And all of a sudden, I hear this alarm, you know, kind of like a car alarm. I'm like, well, that's really weird. Why would a car, you know, in this particular video, have a car alarm going off? It doesn't make any sense. So I paused the video, and I'm trying to figure out where this noise is coming. Where the hell is this alarm coming from? I'm like, is it coming from my kitchen? No, because there's nothing in my kitchen that would make this, you know. And I'm like, maybe it's an emergency vehicle outside. I don't know. And then it dawned on me. It finally clicked in my brain, because I could hear it, you know, because I couldn't hear it here. So I found out what was wrong with my YouTube. I had to update. Also, my nephew said YouTube had a glitch sometimes. It does, but you got it fixed. Nice. So are you squared away, Pat, so you can start doing live streams yourself? That'd be good. Pat says, hello to you, Tarzan. Tarzan, the man from Minnesota. The jungles. I guess there's a lot of forest in Minnesota, a lot of swamps, a lot of lakelands, lowlands. So a lot of small lakes have been. You haven't checked yet? All right. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. That's all right. Just look at it when you're ready and see if you can pull it off. If you need help with it, Pat, just let me know. But we just been busy. I came up with a new thing, Pat, where, you know, I told you guys the other day that when we sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace that we don't need anymore, that I always give my wife half of it. But now I've decided, coming home, because I just sold something, that it's only sold it for $60. I had 320s in my hand. And I was thinking about my Rice for Life program. So when my wife gets home tonight, I'm going to tell her, I said, sorry, but you're only going to get a third of the money from here to New Year, because everything we sell, I'm going to give her like the 20. I'm going to take 20, and I'll put 20 in the Rice for Life fund. So that will help us build that up, even if nobody out there gives us anything or helps us with it. So, but yes. And I'm sure by now everybody's heard about the earthquakes again in the Philippines. We got a lot of people that we know are still sleeping outside, even on the island of Cebu. Their structures have not been resecured or safe to enter back in, so they're kind of camping it. I had a friend who called me early this morning who's dating a Filipina for the first time in his life. And he called me and said, hey, you know, the girl I'm dating told me about this big earthquake in the Philippines. And I'm like, yeah, they had a big one. They had one last week and this week. And he's like, she was worried about her house being damaged in the Philippines. And I said, yeah, it's a good concern. And I told him, I said, but here's what I want you to understand. This is kind of normal in the Philippines. It's not a good normal, and we got to take it seriously. But it's kind of like having ice storms in America. You know, they happen, right? And if anybody can adapt to earthquakes, natural disasters, it's the people of the Philippines. I told him, he's like, she said, oh, he heard that there was a bunch of people sleeping outside, and I said, they are. But now understand, I told my friend, I said, now look, they're not Americans. It would be a hardship for you and I to go sleep outside. And I'm not saying it's not a hardship for them, but they're kind of more used to that than we are, right? They're used to doing with a whole lot less life of luxury than Americans are. So they need help, they need support, but they're tough people. They will persevere just like they've done for thousands of years. And so I told him, I said, look, do what you need to do to help if you want to help your friends there in the Philippines. But just be aware of the future scams. There's going to be, we've already approached that. We've already had people over the last couple of weeks looking for the wallet. And they really didn't have a need for it, but they're out there hustling. So I guess my warning about that for everybody is just to be aware that there are going to be the bad ones that prey upon your desire to help the Philippines and the different value in money. So only help the ones that you know that you can help, that truly need the help and are going to use the help in a good way. So just be aware of that. Because we've already seen that the last week, last few days. We've had a lot of people send us requests for funds. We've already sent funds over to the people that we know that truly needed it because we have boots on the ground, so to speak. So, and that's partly why this year's Rice for Life is going to be important, because there are going to be a lot of people who's going to be struggling financially because they're going to be putting their money back into reconstructing their homes in the Philippines. So their food budget is going to be a lot less. And so that's why I decided on my way home from selling whatever it was I sold today, that I'm going to take a third of that, and we always give money anyway. So what do we call that? We stock the pot, so to speak, anyway. So, but I'm going to continue to add 1/3 of everything I can find to sell. So I'm going to try to find a bunch of stuff to sell on the marketplace, and throw that in the kitty to hopefully help them out for the new year. So that's what we've been doing. I was telling them earlier, if anybody has any advice about this, love to hear it. I am looking for some backlighting. When I make videos in my office, when I do videos in my office, I'm wanting to put some lighting in the back of me that shines up against the wall, so to speak, that's kind of soft. And so it kind of blurs the background a little bit, but allows you to be seen in front. It's a really cool feature that a lot of really good channels, not crappy ones like mine, but really good YouTube channels do. And I would like to start doing that. So I've been studying on that a little bit. So if anybody knows about that, let me know. Let me know. I did bring in, because it is starting to become fall here. It's been in the 50s at night where we're at. So yesterday I brought in all the house plants that we had sitting outside, which meant I had to wash all the pots because, they get dirty all summer. But I brought them in. I got them in the house. We're going to bring in the Halloween boxes this weekend so Lorelai can start decorating. That's going to be chaotic because she's always yelling at me. She if I help her, she tells me I'm doing it wrong. If I don't help her, she yells at me for not helping her. So what does a guy do? What's a husband supposed to do? You're either bad for not helping or you're bad because you are helping. So I have tried those. I got new glasses this year myself. I have. And while I was doing that, I studied and I used those glasses. I did. They were a little heavy for my head, my face. The and I would consider those in the future. But what we couldn't figure out for sure was, and I don't know this, so maybe this technology's coming. What I wanted to do was to live stream using the glasses. So I wanted to be able to like use my phone and click on a camera mode on my phone that were the glasses. So if I could choose which camera to use, I would choose the glasses camera. So that way, if I'm riding my bike or my mobility scooter or walking around or doing whatever, I don't have to hold the phone like this. This would see everywhere I go. And they couldn't tell me that's what I could do, so I didn't buy them. PA still here saying hello to everybody. Everybody say hello to PA. Pat says, yes. Point of view, eye camera, it would be, right? But I wanted to be able to live stream. Now I could really use them for making videos for making static videos, like an opening of a box or a watch review or things like that. They would be really, really good at, right? But I really wanted them so that I could live stream through them. That's what I wanted. Well, I think they're just another tool in the arsenal. And of course, you can get them in prescription, of course. Now, they were a little pricey. I can't remember, but around $600. But I got a feeling that over the next couple of generations, those glasses will go down and they'll be more common. Now, they weren't very cool looking like these, but yeah. Live stream is where it is at. Yes, it is. We do more live streaming than static videos by far. Unless you're a gigantic channel, unless you have a really big audience built in, unless you're a very pretty girl, your static videos really aren't getting much attention. So doing live streams is about the best way to get out there and meet people. Pat says, hello to you, PA. You heard about those, Pat? But they are really cool. I mean, I just wanted to be able to live stream, just like so. This camera here, you guys would be doing that with me. Oh, anytime, Emma. That's what I know about it. But if you're still doing a lot of now, I would think if you're doing a lot of what I wanted was like if I was going to make a cooking live stream, I thought they would be great. Because then you're just walking around the kitchen and you're talking and you're pointing and examining and looking at it. That would be a great live stream to do with a pair of glasses like that. Because I am going to make some more live streams this winter cooking. So I'm going to do some of that and have you hang out with me in the kitchen a little bit. And we're going to try to do some trips. We're trying to get the adventure back into our channel, even though it's in our name. We're trying to act like we actually are adventurous people. But it's hard when you're old, disabled, and retired, and your wife works full time. So it's kind of like, how adventurous can an old guy be on a mobility scooter? But like I said, I think Pat was on the live stream yesterday where we were at the park. I took my dog Lily in a baby stroller, a baby buggy. My wife bought my dog Lily a baby buggy, and so she goes inside the baby buggy, Lily in the baby buggy, and I drag her next to me while I ride my mobility scooter throughout the park. So it was a new thing I was working on yesterday, Pat. Everybody, I don't know how well it worked, but it was fun. It was fun. My dog had a really good time. So she enjoyed being dragged around without having to walk. So now she's looking at me because she knows I'm talking about her. But we had a good time doing it. Now, we can't take them to the zoos and places like that. We've done a lot of that, but, just in case we get out and about. Instead of leaving the dog at home all by herself, because before it wasn't, when my other dog Daisy was alive, it wasn't that a hardship on Lily to be left alone, because her and Daisy would be their buddies, right? They grew up together. But now we've noticed that, Lily's depressed in general, but she definitely doesn't like being all by herself anymore. So that's partly why we tried that. And that's why we always took the dogs with us to Airbnbs and on trips we've done. We took them to the Philippines and back, believe it or not. So they've been around, so. But Pat, it's the same thing when you do live streams, don't you have a good plan of what you're going to do? So you just keep doing that. But yeah, the glasses would be really cool. They would be. There are times that I like to do live streams in my office because I can have my computer in front of me, right? And I can do research and work on things and talk about things while I'm live streaming on the phone. So it's kind of like a dual purpose. And that's where I want this really cool backlighting to kind of make the back of me look cool, like I'm cool, Oh, yeah. Yeah. Emma's right. Yeah, especially if you're cooking and there's a steam, I would prefer, yes. That would be cool. You're right about that. And your hands are free. I love Darren is back and saying hello. And that's part of the hard problem is doing you can do a GoPro, but I don't like GoPros. I think they kind of suck. The one I have sucks. I don't like them. I don't like wearing them on my head or my chest. They don't work as well as, for me anyway. So a lot of times you got to hand hold the camera while you're doing things, or you got to have your partner video you while doing it. But if you had the glasses set up, then you could do it that way. Not sure. I'm a little nervous to go live, be first time. Well, what makes you nervous about it? Well, Pat, I told you if you want it, we just got to figure out a time before you go live. I can actually set up a live stream like this. I can message you a link to it. When I start the live stream, you can click on the link and you can be up here with me if you want. Just kind of like the same thing on StreamYard. So if you want to do something like that. But Pat, my biggest advice to you is plan to keep it short, 30 minutes or less. There's a first time for everything. That's right, PA. So yeah, keep it short. Plan to keep it short. If it goes longer, great. Keep it short. Maybe take a tour of something. That's why I like to sit in front of the computer in my office a lot of times, because we can pull up topics and talk about them. Maybe you have a newspaper, something in the news that you want to talk about, something about whatever. PA and I talk about fishing a lot, right? So stuff like that. I dropped my phone in the creek on the first live stream. That's funny. That is funny. But I can relate. I work extremely hard now to secure my phone. So I've learned those lessons too. You learn to secure them, so, to make sure. But just do that, I don't know, it probably won't snow by then, but Pat, you could do a video in the snow, talking about the first snow in your part of the country. Or, just hang out with your dog, and talk to Daisy and I, my dog Daisy and I, it's partly why I miss her so much, because she sat on these live streams with me. You guys all that have been around a long time know that my dog Daisy was with me on the live streams all the time. So, Tim's in the house. Hopefully the shaking stops soon. I agree with you, man. We were talking about that earlier. You know, Cebu got hit last week. You know, the other part of the Philippines got hit this week. I was telling everybody, look, there's so many earthquakes rattling. There's so many shake, rattling, and rolling going on around the globe that there would be no way that the earth could be flat with all of this shaking going on, right? So the flat earthers have to be going, well, crap. A lot of earthquakes everywhere. Of course, I make some short videos. Yes. Sure. Here's another cool feature if you didn't know this, guys. YouTube now is making a short out of your live streams for you. So I just posted one out of my live stream from yesterday. YouTube made it for me. I didn't have to do anything. All I have to do is decide whether it goes public or not. So I put a new short of my live stream from yesterday for members only today. I posted a few other of them also. But, so it makes shorts for you when you go live. So Tim, are you nice and safe? Are you doing okay in the Philippines? Everybody said hello to Tim. Tim is in the Philippines where it's shaking, rattling, and rolling. And I mean really shaking, rattling, and rolling. It's moving. That old earth is going backwards and forwards and left and right all at the same time. Oh my gosh. Emma, you know, talking about what's the best way to edit videos. So, Emma, you know, that's a tricky question because it takes time. I use a product called Filmora. Now, there's probably better products out there, but I'm used to it. I bought it a long time ago. I'm used to it, so I'm faster with something that I know, and I think that's the key. Find something that you like, stick with it. A lot of people just edit things on their phones, which is fine. I don't really know how to do that. I know how to shorten videos, but I don't really know how to do much else when I come to static videos. And of course, if you want to add text and music and texture and weird effects, you need some kind of editing software. Here's the biggest key to editing your videos. I'm going to tell you the best advice that I wish I would have learned before I started. As you're making the video, keep that in mind that you're going to edit it, that how you're going to want it. So you need to pre-think about what you're going to do, your angles, because it will speed up the editing process. So you don't, you know, leave pauses. So if I'm talking about this remote and I shift gears, I got to do dead air and then talk about my dog versus saying, here's my remote control, my dog Lily. So it all runs together. You got to put spaces and things so you can edit that. So think ahead. Davao had 2 recognized quakes, over 500 aftershocks since yesterday. I know, man. And some of the aftershocks are pretty serious. A little pat from Tim. I did watch when you called the bitch in your short video the day you was alive. I know, man. You know, she wasn't very nice. I was trying to be nice. You know, lady, not saying my dog is pretty. She's just jealous my dog is prettier than her dog. That's what it was. But Tim, I am glad that I hope you're safe, right? Are you safe? Is your house in good condition? Are you okay? So, but Emma, that's my best advice. When you make videos, edit it without using any tools. Take your time, think about it. Think about the lighting, the staging, putting pauses and breaks in it. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about doing it once or twice. Just do it. If you go, oh, I messed up, don't stress. Start over and do it again. Don't stress over it. Pat says, I seen another video. Lorelai was with her friends in 2013 at a zoo the other day. Yes. Video was, yes. That's the year after I met Lorelai. Her and her friends was in Bohol, the Philippines, hanging out. That's right. To kind of have a basic primer idea of what's going to, yes. You don't got to be perfect. 2 aftershocks were over 6 point. Wow, man, that's crazy. 6 O's. Good to see you, Tim. Emma says, great. Yes, very true. I am safe where I live. Okay, good. Here's a good video. Thank you. I made that video using the software. And what that video was a lot of photos stitched into a video. Mike and Venus is back in the house. The other thing is about your sound. Make sure if you need to practice the distance, so do a pre-recording. Hey, hi, how are you? I'm eating bananas today. It's 97 degrees out, blah, 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 blah. Then go back and watch it. See if you like how you look, if you like how you sound. And if you don't make adjustments before you do a whole lot of work into your video, and then you get it over here and go, well, crap, that kind of sucks. That's what I did. I did a whole lot of videos in the beginning that really suck. So, and most people might say mine suck now. I don't know. But that's something I learned. Test before you really get deep into your video. Mike, how's it going, my friend? Pat saying hello to you. Yes, I have sent some likes to you, brother. I know you have, Pat. Pat takes good care of me. I am lazy, so I hired a friend to edit my videos. That's nice. That's really good. We don't have that kind of money in America. We don't have Filipina money in America, Tim. All of my videos suck. That's kind of how I feel. I feel like all of my videos suck. Now, if I had big boobs and was pretty, then all my videos would be great, right? But I try, you know, but I'm not very entertaining, I don't think. So, you know, and try different things. Just figure out your style. You know, sometimes it's good to make a video like an unboxing video. You make an unboxing video, but you don't talk. You just play music, and you speed it up so it goes by a lot faster. Because long videos don't do well. Short videos do well. 5 minutes or less do well. But don't get hung up on your editing. There's a lot of channels that are very polished. Mine's not. I like your Venus, Mike and Venus. Both are good videos, brother. I send you likes also. Yes, you do. And look, and to be honest, here's what I'm going to say. Tim does a good channel too, by the way, if you guys haven't subscribed to Tim's, is this. If you kind of like a channel, you know, if a channel doesn't make you want to go vomit, when you watch one of their videos, give it a thumbs up anyway and leave a comment. You know, does it really hurt us to lie a little bit and go, well, you know, I saw that video that MJ did the other day and I was scratching my head like, what in the hell was he thinking? But, you know, I like MJ, so I'm going to give him a thumbs up. I do that a lot. There's a lot of videos I kind of go, what? But I'm like, oh, all right, I'll give you a thumbs up and say great job. I don't really edit other than maybe cut out long and boring parts. That's good. Now, one thing I like to do, why I like a video editing software, is that when you chop a video up, you can put these transitionals in, like chapters, so that it can do like whirly things or change the page. So if I shift from talking about remote controls, and then I want to do a thing about the TV, it's kind of like chapter 1, chapter 2. So there's some really cool things about like transitions I like. Check out my 2 videos, Mike. Yep, Pat has a couple of videos out now. I watched them. And Pat's getting ready to start live streaming too down the road here. All are welcome to see Pat's 2 videos. I got 1,200 videos. I'll give everybody $1. $1 if you go watch all of my 1,200 videos. Oh, I forgot to e-beg for $5 million tonight. I'm really disappointed. I've been e-begging for $5 million for, I don't know, maybe 6, 8, 10 months. I can't remember how, maybe a year. And I still don't have $5 million. So I'm really kind of disappointed in that. I just want to throw that out there, guys. I've been e-begging for $5 million for quite a while now. And there's still no $5 million. Just letting you know. Yeah, it's good to support everybody. Now, if they got a channel that totally is against my beliefs or something, then I don't do it. If they got a video that is really not okay, then I don't do any of that. But, you know, a lot of people, we got a lot of videos about our dogs. You know, if you're not a dog person and you got somebody's channel that you kind of follow, and they got a doggy video, is it going to hurt you to go, hey, that's cool? If you don't like the fact that, you know, we made homemade pizza one time and mine turned out better than Lorelei's, well, at least you could do is just give us a thumbs up. Because I think what we have to do to make YouTube great again is to recognize how much work and effort goes into putting together a YouTube channel, good or bad channel. There's a lot of effort that goes into this. Even if all you do is live streaming, there's still effort that goes into live streaming. You know, you got to think about things. You got to get prepared. You got to find different locations. I try to do live streams where I'm out and about moving around. I do stationary ones like this. You know, you got to do that. You got to put some effort into it. And it takes work and time. And you got to build a following. And it's hard. It's hard. And you got to e-beg for $5 million. You know how hard it is to e-beg for $5 million? Especially after a year of not getting $5 million? The other big thing I tell people is, look, like they all tell you, if you have a passion for anything, then do videos about that. If you're a brewmaster, do videos. If you're a fishing master, do videos. If you're a master of nothing like me, then do master of nothing like me. You know what I mean? That helps you get started. It really does. It helps you. And it's okay to change along the way, right? It's okay to go, well, you know, I started off being a cooking channel. That didn't work. So now I'm a deer hunting channel. I don't know. Because I started off doing teaching videos that went nowhere. So then I expanded it to be more about Lorelei and I's life. About the dogs, about traveling and our trips and our adventures. And all the other stuff that we go through, like getting a new pacemaker in a few weeks. You know, we're gonna cover the new pacemaker. They're not gonna let me take the camera into the surgery, unfortunately. I already asked. They said no. I'm like, well, that's pretty selfish of you people after all the money we're paying you. So, I mean, I think the pacemaker's like 10 or 15,000 bucks itself. You know, not including the surgery. So all the money that's going to be dished out, they should allow me to bring my camera in there and video them, right? So, but they're going to put me under light sedation. I don't care. I told him, I said, you don't got to put me out at all. Just, you can leave me awake, just numb it up and do it, man. You don't got to knock me out. But they said it's going to be light sedation. And it's going to take maybe an hour. Be home, you know, you go in, you do it, and you come home the same day, so it's not a big deal. And then you go back about 10 days later and have the stitches taken out. I've had it done before. This is my third pacemaker. The first one I had didn't meet the needs of the heart. So after that saga, and about a month or 6 weeks after getting the first one, when they realized it wasn't working, wasn't meeting the needs, we went back in and had this one put in. I love Darren and saying hello again. So this technically is my third one, and they are going to be MRI rated. It also has, and I'm going to try to show you the Bluetooth of them. This one is Bluetooth to my phone. When I get the new one, it'll be Bluetooth. So maybe I can show you some of that. It'd be kind of cool how that works. But I'm hoping if I wake up and remember tomorrow, I'm going to video record the pacemaker alerting me that my battery is going bad. Have they let you do videos before doing surgery? Not during the surgery, but with my ankle, when I had ankle reconstruction surgery, I got some videos on that. Not of the surgery, but of them taking the cast off and putting all the boots on, showing all the blood and the staples. I got some ankle videos, and they still get watched. I get a lot of repeat watchers on my ankle surgeries. So you see all the scarring and the blood and the stitching, stuff like that, but not of the surgery. But while I'm in the doctor's office, they didn't have a problem with me recording everything going on in the doctor's office after the surgery. So we're gonna record at the hospital, and we'll get as much video footage as we can. Lorelai will sneak the phone in while I'm in my gown, and I'm telling you, Lorelai and I will be all secretive. I'll be in my little gown, and they will cut my hair, declutter the hair, and put that yellow crap on me, and she'll take videos. So we'll get as much of it as can. She'll video me coming back, and she knows what to do. I don't mind. I think it's entertaining. So she will do a good job watching me survive. I think I saw last year's video. Yes, a few of them nice. Yes. Orthobat? Wow, that's a tough name for me. I'll just call you AL because that's easy for me. See, many people maybe can't imagine the effort YouTubers do. Yes, when it comes to small, easy videos, it is. It's tough, AL. Really needs a lot of patience and times. And I've got over 1,200 videos, and a lot of them are edited, a lot of them are not. A lot of the early ones really, really suck. The lighting's bad. I had no clue what I was doing, and you can see them. But we've gotten better. But it's still hard. Video editing software is expensive. Even though I bought Filmora years ago, they want me to keep paying money to upgrade. Like, oh, you want these new features? You got to give me more money. And I'm like, well, that sucks. I already bought it once. So, but it really needs a lot of patience. Well, there's Anthony. What are you doing, Anthony? How are you, man? What's going on? It's hurt when you pee. That's because you can't find it, Tony. If it was big enough that you can find it, it wouldn't hurt. Okay? Just telling you. But how are you? What's going on? Are you feeling? How are you doing, man? How are you doing these days? How's the earthquake for you? We got a lot of friends and family over on the Cebu land that one of our places got tore in half, and we got a lot of friends still struggling over in Cebu. But the latest one is pretty rough too. But AL, you're exactly right, and I don't care what. It really takes two people to make a good YouTube channel, at least two people, because what you need is a camera person. I really wish I had a dedicated camera person. It'd be great. But my wife works, so she's busy. So, trying to make videos by yourself is hard. Anthony is saying hello to everybody. Everybody said hello to Anthony. So, it can be tough. It can be really tough to make a good YouTube channel. It's, And then, of course, you got when my wife helps me make videos, if I want to, since I like her, I want to stay married, right? But she has a totally different concept about how my video should be filmed. I'm like, no, I want to do this. She's like, no, no, you're wrong. It needs to be done this. Wait a minute. I thought it was my video. Mike says, done watch both of your videos, Pat. Thank you for doing that, Mike. We appreciate that. Also shared your page on my channel. Wow, Pat, did you see that? Mike shared your page on his channel. He never did that for me. Wow, all right, gee. I'm going to remember that, Mr. Mike. AL says, that's why I use video and images at the beginning to tell I kind of get more famous. That's good. Would you like it if you call me Hind? Sure. So we're going to call you Hind, right? All right, we can do that. Got to try to remember, but I can do that. Yes, I did, Mike. Hind says, this is my name. Hind is my name. All right, everybody call AL Hind. So, see, Mike is laughing because he knows it's true, man. Hind. All right, we can try to remember that, my friend. Thank you for coming in. So, what part of the world are you from? Do you have a YouTube channel, Hind? And what is your YouTube channel about? I could have sworn I've shared your channel before, Dave. Yeah, I doubt that. Nobody shares my channel. So, it's all right, though. You're not hurting my feelings any. It's all right. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. So, we try to shout out everybody just being polite and courteous. Yes, I do it. It's about translation major. So can you expand upon that, Hind? I don't know what you mean by translation major. Are you teaching people how to be translators? I don't even know what our channel is about anymore. But YouTube is a great platform, but you got to work at it. You got to work at it. If you think you're going to get rich off of YouTube without having a big pair of boobs, you're not. It's going to be hard. Yep, Pat has shared me, MJ, by the way. Pat has been kind enough to recommend me. But just understand, going into YouTube or any platform, to be honest, is extremely difficult. You get frustrated, you get wore out, you get tired, you get attacked, you get criticized, you get disappointed. So it all happens. My best advice is not to take it seriously. Just keep doing it and moving it forward. Yes, I know. You've also encouraged them to subscribe to MJ's channel, whether he deserves it or not. You've done it. So I know MJ hasn't had any real shaking and rattling and rolling where he's at in the Philippines. Okay, many seek to know the twerks and tips that May does not know about. Okay, I would agree with that. Knowledge is power. I'm a former college professor, educator, and I'm a big, big, big opponent to teaching, education, understanding. You can never, ever have enough information. Never. So I'm a big believer in teach it, learn it, listen, teach it, learn it, listen. So it's good. I'm still learning how to translate what my wife says. We've been married 11 years. I still don't know what she's talking about. So Hinsam also learned about my journey in it. All right, nice. I think sharing real life experiences and struggles is something that helps people be more relatable to you. I don't know if it allows you to get any more subscribers or grow, but the people that do follow you I think if they can relate to your struggles, then I think you can build a relationship with them. And I believe, unless you got a really big pair of boobs, that in order to grow on YouTube, is you got to build relationships. You just do. You got to build, nurture relationships. You got to find interesting things for everybody to be involved in. You got to work the system hard and just keep going and doing it. So ups and downs are good. I mean, most people won't share with you their honest thoughts. Most people won't share with you when the bad things happen. And we put a happy spin on, we've had a lot of bad things happen. I've talked about a lot of things over the years, the coma that I was in, the health that I have, our failure in the Philippines, our finding, blah, 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 blah. But the surgeries, the medical. But if you can put a positive spin on it, like a life lesson, and then I think you're making headway. And one thing I'll tell you, one big thing that's overlooked by YouTubers, because everybody thinks, hey, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to be like Mr. Beast. And by the time I'm done, Mr. Beast is going to be kissing my butt because I'm so big, right? We all think that. But what a lot of people don't understand is how therapeutic doing YouTube can be for you. Whether you make $1 or you don't make $1, a lot of times you benefit from it. I know I have, and I'm not talking about financially. So it gives you an outlet, it gives you a venue, it gives you people to reach to communicate with. It's another form of communication. And humans need to communicate. They need to share experiences, good and bad. They need to know that there's good in the world. They need to know that people have also gone through and done what they've done. They've also need encouragement. And YouTube is a horrible place without encouragement. And says, yes, exactly what I love about making videos. Good. I think it's great to educate people. I know a lot of people just want to be entertained versus educated. I come from an educational background. I want to educate, but education doesn't sell. Entertainment sells. Sex, violence, and entertainment. Maybe that's all the same. That's what sells on any platform, including written communication. But I don't have a lot of that, so I try to entertain by educating, or I educate with the side of entertainment. Yes, true entertainment is much more viral. It is, because we all want to be entertained. We may not all want to be educated about the same topic. Not everybody wants to be educated about ankle surgery. The people that are going to have ankle surgery want to be educated. But if you don't have an ankle problem, why would you care about an ankle surgery, right? But if you can be entertained by watching somebody suffer through an ankle surgery, well, then there you go. I started my YouTube originally out of boredom. I agree. Mike, I did the same years ago. Since I came out of the coma, I was screwed up in the head, was deep in my PTSD, struggling. I thought if I started a YouTube channel, it might give me motivation not to do bad things to myself. So that and my dog, right? Tarzan says, help my son, got his Xbox going, updates, nice. I hope my wife doesn't buy me any more gaming shit. She bought me one of those Google eyeball things last year. I barely used it. I wish she'd quit wasting money on stuff like that. We don't need any more gaming stuff. But John, that's cool. I need to edit together the setting up Christmas tree video. Yeah, And look, and remember, sometimes one of the coolest things you can do is just speed it up. Turn the volume down, play some background music. But I like to speed videos up. When Lorelai decorates the tree, now she yells at me because I'm not helping her. But if I help her, she yells at me because I got the ornaments in the wrong place. So what do I do, right? But if I'm going to video her putting the tree up later, and we're doing it later this year, like Thanksgiving or after, not in October the 1st. But if I do that, and I'll speed it up and try to put some music so it's kind of humorous. So maybe that's the thing to do. Speed it up, do some reversing in your editing. She's climbing the ladder to put the thing up, climbing back down, climbing back up, some entertainment. Just a lot of times messing with the speed, the focus in and out. My software allows me to zoom in and zoom out of something that I've already, videoed. So allows me to speed it up, reverse it, slow motion it. Those can be quite entertaining, but just keep it short, sweet, and simple, because we have the attention span of gnats. We can't focus for more than about 30 seconds on anything. And our attention span is getting less and less and less and less. So, at least mine is. I don't know about you guys, but my attention span is going right out the window. It's not even coming close to, except unless I'm reading a book, and then I can sit down and read the book. So, but if I'm watching TV, man, Lorelai laughs at me. My wife laughs at me because I'm watching TV, like maybe the History Channel. I got my iPad where I'm either playing games, and then I'm watching other YouTube videos or reels on my phone all at the same time. So, what does that say about me? What does that say about you? Maybe I got a, complicated brain, or brain that can't focus, or what does it say? But I do that a lot. She laughs at me going, well, which one are you watching? And I'm like, well, I'm watching all three. Why can't I do all three? And says, transitions are very important. So, yeah, they are. It helps not to make it so choppy. And I have a couple of favorites that I like to use in my software. But transitioning, whether you're ramping up, ramping down, the volume transitioning is also really cool and good if you can get into that. But doing a blur or a photo shoot transition, I don't know, a lot of cool stuff out there that you can do. A lot of stuff you can do. But it helps not to make it as herky-jerky. One thing you need to try to do, not that I'm good at it, is not to make videos herky-jerky. Nobody wants to watch a video that's so herky-jerky. You got to make them keep watching until the end. Yeah, the best way to make people watch your video until the very end is in the first 5 seconds. Tell them that they're going to see a picture of a naked, beautiful girl at the end, and then they'll watch all the way to the end. That's the best thing to do. Say, hey, on this video, at the very end, so stay tuned, you're going to see a naked girl. They're going to watch. So, just some advice, I don't know, right? Clickbait, that's it. Clickbait is all over the place. You put pictures of pretty women, half scantily clad, even if you're talking, yeah. Yeah. And look, and I'm not good at making thumbnails. I don't know how to make thumbnails. That's one of my big issues, is I don't know how people make thumbnails. I'm not good at it, so I don't know what they're doing to make thumbnails easily. Can't do this or not allowed. I know. Hot mamas. Hot mamas around the corner. That's right. Stay tuned. Hot mama's coming to you at the end of the live. But And Mike and Mina said that they subscribe to your channel. Thank you. And I'll get to your channel later. In a day or so, I will come back. When the chat repopulates, I go back and find everybody, and I go and find their channels. And then I'll watch a video. Remember the best way, watch a video, leave a comment, give a thumbs up, and then subscribe. But really, we are here to appreciate when someone do a respectful content and hard work. I agree. I agree. I think as a creator, a content creator, we do appreciate hard work. I appreciate very much what other people do, especially when they do it better than me. I just wish I could do it better. So I gotta admit, I'm not appreciative of the clickbaiters, even though I'm probably guilty of it. I am jealous, I think, of the women channels. I gotta admit, I'm probably jealous of them. So, N says, thank you, MJ. So, like this winter, somebody was telling me the other day that they were on a live stream where a girl was sitting in a bubble bath, right? And they suggested that maybe I should do that. So I got a jacuzzi tub in our master suite here, right? So later this winter, I'm going to come to you live in the bathtub. Yes, I am. I'm going to take a bubble bath live. See, what do you guys think of that, If the girls can do it, why can't I do it? That girl probably made a couple $100 or drove people to her OnlyFans page or, got 100 subscribers. The question will be, how well will I do when I take a bubble bath on camera, right? So, so I get a little jealous of the women folk, The other thing I recommend everybody to do as a content creator is don't forget about all the people that helped you along the way. There's a lot of channels over the years that I've helped, which I don't mind doing, and I don't expect anything in return. But I think it's funny that when they finally get some success, they seem not to remember anybody or what they did to get where they got. Fabio, that's it. Just don't fart in the bathtub and try to bite the bubbles. That's it. Remind me not, Tim, that's not very nice. I know you're going to want to watch. So Tarzan says, hey, Tim, how are you? So, but what are you going to do, right? So that's one thing is I recommend if something works for you, it's okay to improve it and to branch out, but don't abandon what got you where you're at, whether it's whatever, becoming the hat wearer of the world, whatever got you to you doing good. Don't forget that that's what got you there. Sometimes it's luck, and sometimes it is luck. A lot of times it is pure luck, without question. I mean, you get, for instance, you can get really lucky and get a much larger channel than yours that likes you. That goes, I kind of dig David's content, I got 200,000 subscribers and I'm a decent human being and I found this other little channel. I'm going to invite them up to be a part of a panel, or do a live stream with me. I'm going to shout them out. That's luck. The algorithm is important. And I'm sure there are people that know how to work it. I do not, John. I am not an expert in it. Nisha's in the house. How are you, young lady? My wife told me to tell you, howdy. How are you? She misses you. Everybody say hello to Nisha. Everybody say hello. Nisha said hello to you, Mike. So how are things in your part of the world? How are your grades? Are you ever going to graduate school? Are you ever going to get out of school, Nisha? When do you go to college? Are you in college already? It's very difficult to be a good content channel, and it is. It's very difficult. I think it's very difficult to be a good, clean channel on any social media platform. Nobody wants to see wholesome channels. They just don't. No matter what it is. Nobody wants to see good channels. I'm good. We're doing good. Lorelai's doing good, Nisha. She's working, earning that money. So she's doing good. 5 more months? All right. We're going to keep an eye on you. How are your grades? Tarzan says, I am a student of life. That's great. I'm a teacher of life. How's that? Can I be a teacher of life? Can a student be a teacher? Can a teacher be a student? Of course. It goes hand in hand. I am thinking about taking some classes in, I can't remember what they call it, information technology. Not IT, but social media. So there's like a Coursera, which is an online place for colleges to come. They got some classes that help you learn how to be a better social media person. So I've been thinking about taking those because I need to be a better social media personality. Pat says, hello, Nisha. Good to see ya. Even a teacher is a student for life. That's right, Nisha. Words of wisdom. Hello, Pat. My channel is very hit or miss. Are you talking about likes or your participation, Tim? Are you hit and miss on it? Or are you saying that your likes are hit or miss? Your subscribers are, up and down? Because mine's the same way. Mine's a roller coaster. I feel like I'm fairly consistent in my effort, but I don't know. I don't know how to do better, but I thought about taking some online classes about how to be better with social media. I'm not for sure if it will really help me or not. But this winter, when the leaves fall and I don't go outside anymore because it's too cold, I'm going to pop these classes and see if I can't learn how to be better at social media. Will it help? I don't know. I took a bunch of courses on how to be a life counselor over the years. I know a lot about being a life coach, so I'm good at that, I think. Check out my 2 videos, Nisha. That's right, Pat's got his channel up and running, everybody. So he's going to start doing some more videos and live streaming, so you guys support Pat. Mine either, Tim. Mine either, and to be honest, my views usually don't get, my new stuff barely gets a couple hundred at the max, but over time, they kind of pick up steam, but I'm the same way. I can't get views. I mean, I put a video out the other day that probably has 25 views. Even shorts sometimes don't get any views. Hen says, I work on Arabic languages and use it within a field here, or even subletting videos in Arabic. We would really love to watch such content. It's so much appreciated for us. Good. I think we can all learn from each other. Because what works in your part of the world, or Nisha's part of the world, may be different than mine, but I could still, what you do, and go, hey, that works over there. I wonder if I could blend it into my world and see if I can get anything from it. The Chord Song Bro says, I am back. I'm glad to see you're doing better. Yes, saying hello. I guess he decided not to go to sleep. Dennis is in the house. Everybody say hello to Dennis. That's right. Nisha's in the house. She is the Dennis. We're going to add to this. She's the Indian Einstein. She's the Indian beauty queen. She's the, come on, you got to give me better words, Dennis. You got to help me flow it. You got to give me a better. She's the smartest beauty queen from India. How's that? You got to help me out there, Dennis. Tarzan says, I don't want to be holding to my subscribers, don't want a job, me lazy, drink coffee, lay around in the sun. No, I didn't, but I woke up. All right, that's good. Nisha says, hello, Dennis. And Well, even help you as a translator. Yes, subtitling them. That's good. That is good. Hoping to translate. I know a lot of software is getting better at it. A lot of AI software is getting better at that. Nisha says she subscribed to you, Pat. Savant of Beauty. There you go. She's our Indian Savant of Beauty. How's that? Dennis, that's much better. Thank you, sir. Nisha, the hyperbole in your sentence. Dennis, hi, in and awe. Nisha, and awe. I am subscribing. Great. Appreciate that. Don't forget all the thumbs up. So, Dennis, how are you, man? How are your, are all of your people that live in the Philippines doing okay after the earthquakes? Most of ours are. They're still kind of struggling getting back up and running. But we haven't lost anybody, so to speak. We lost a house, but we haven't lost any individuals in the Philippines. A rising star of Bollywood, that's right. Big John Tarzan says, hello there, Dennis. How are you? Dennis, I'm going to live stream the Halloween party again this year. I'm going to do it vertically versus horizontally. Sorry, I'm going to do it horizontally versus vertical. So it may not pop up, but I got it already set up on the YouTube channel. So if you want to be reminded of it, go click the reminder notification for you. And we're going to video that on Saturday the 25th at 5 p.m. Lorelei's Halloween costume party is going to be going on here at the house again. So we're going to do it horizontally this year. So you get more of a view. So, hello, Dennis from Tim. Tim is hanging in there with all the earthquakes, Dennis. He says he's safe where he's at, but he feels like the world is, Dennis, you know, I think all the earthquakes going on around the world today, the last week or two, has shown that the planet is round, not flat. So for all the flat earthers, I think they're out of luck. Oh, Dennis is called the Canadian Bacon, or the Baconator. You know, or Papa Dennis. Can someone give Dennis some name to Dennis? Yes. Call him the Baconator. Canadian bacon, because he's from Canada, and they have a ham that they call bacon, but it's really ham, but they call it bacon. So they're kind of confused. Dennis is saying, hello, Tim. With Dennis. Dennis is a good guy, whether he wants to admit it or not. Making me hungry talking bacon. Real bacon. Woohoo. Real bacon. I love real bacon. Everybody spam W Dennis and the chat. Why would you spam W Dennis in the chat? Dennis is a good guy. Spamming doesn't get you anywhere. The Canadian bacon pizza. Woohoo. I do got some Spam in the kitchen. I bought some bacon-flavored Spam the other day. I've been having a thing where I feel like I need to eat more protein, but I'm lazy, so I don't know how much protein's really in Spam. There's probably not any, if I read the can. But I got some bacon-flavored Spam in the kitchen, in the pantry, that I'm going to cook up soon. I got Spam. Pizza. I love pizza. I haven't had pizza in a while. I like pizza too much. I cooked Spam just like a while ago. Nice. I don't like Spam and eggs. What I like is Spam, thinly sliced, cooked, fried or air fried. And then I want it on a sandwich with bread and cheese. Pat says, I am back. I had a weak signal and went out, but I am back in the house. So stand back, everybody. What is Spam meat? Well, I'm going to let everybody give you their own opinion of Spam. Dennis, what do you think Spam is? Spam is mystery meat. It really is. It's mystery meat. It's like all the leftover parts. You wouldn't like it, Nisha. Coming from your part of the world, you would not appreciate Spam at all. It's a mixture of pork or chicken or turkey or anything they can find in the slaughterhouse, and they press it together to be like a paste. So, Patricia's back in the house. How are you? How are things in the Philippines? Everybody said hello to Patricia. Are you doing okay in the Philippines? Tarzan says spam is love. The baking sounds good right now. The bacon spam, that's what I got. Hello, Patricia. Good to see you, my friend. That doesn't sound, it's, Nisha, it's really weird because it's disgusting. But when you fry it up, it's really, really good. It's potted meat. It comes in a tin container, and you peel the top off and you slice it. It's really disgusting. But when you cook it right, it's really good. Mystery meat, but it's good. Spam, old military food. Yes, yes, it came from the military. It originated within the military because they needed to have a preserved meat, a protein that the soldiers could carry into battle, that they didn't have to cook or anything like that. Tim says, I don't like spam when it has been, oh, you like the raw spam? Now, I like the Filipino spam raw. I can't remember the name of it or the brand. Not, is it Century? The Filipino spam, or is it, there's another brand of Filipino spam that I really like. I like it raw, but American spam, I prefer it cooked. Nisha, you are eating something that yourself find it. Yes, Nisha, that's the kicker. That's the kicker. Seriously, that's the kicker. We all know it's disgusting. We all know it. My dog won't even eat it, you know. But once you cook it right, you know. Patricia says, hello, Pat, and good evening. Everybody say hello to Patricia, please. She's hanging out in the Philippines. How are you, young lady? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Century Luncheon Meat, and there's another brand, Patricia. Yeah, being in the, not the 555, that's not it. That's the canned tunas. I have a can of Spam in my pantry. Want me to show it to you, Nisha? I can show you what it looks like. Tim says he doesn't like the Filipino Spam. I like the Filipino Spam better. Is it chef made, chef brand or something like that? I know, Nisha. Philippine Spam is bad. Even your dog purpose is good. Hello, everybody. Yes, I'll show you to you. All right, I'm going to get up. So just, you guys all wait right there. I'm going to go get the can of Spam. Show Nisha. You okay, Lily? That's my Lily dog. Oh, that's pretty Lily. All right, I'm back. Did you guys all behave while I'm gone? Let me get caught up. Everybody saying hello to each other? Nice. All right, Nisha, here's what Spam is, and I know that's probably backwards with the camera, right? But this is bacon-flavored Spam, S-P-A-M. Would you like me to read the ingredients? So this is a metal can, or tin. You got to pull a tab, and when you open it up, it's just potted meat. So, hi, Pat. Let me see. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Where are we at? Look at the fish in the background. Yes. Tarzan. There's a lot of salt in it. Yes, yes. Sodium's high. John likes the Spam sometimes. Open it. Well, I'm thinking about eating it, Dennis, so hang on. You want me to open it? I can open it. Can I get a fork and eat it real quick? I'm going to tell you the sodium content. Holy crud. 522 milligrams, 23%. It has 7 grams of protein, so almost none. But I'm going to open it up and show you in a second. Let me do that. Now, I can't read the ingredients. Pork, bacon, curd, salt, sugar, animal byproducts. Let me get a fork. No, Lily. Lily will eat. Maybe Lily will eat it. All right, I got it. Spam and peanut butter. So, see, here's the inside of the can. All right. This is what it looks like when it comes out of the can. There's some kind of weird gelatinous fat that comes out with it. So you probably can't see that greasy, fatty stuff. All right. Actually, my dog is getting excited, so maybe she likes the bacon version. I love Spam, Sir David. Very tasty, yes. I think the Filipino Spam is better, though. I think be able to go live to check out. Yes. Doesn't look good. See, everybody likes Spam. Nisha, we all know it's gross. I'm going to slice it up for you, okay? And then I'll show you. So here's kind of the texture of it. So it's kind of firm. Slice it like that. I'm trying not to drop it. This is bacon flavored, so I think Lily, my dog, would like this because it's bacon flavored. I'll give you an up-close view. So here's what a piece of it looks like. That's some good eating. It may be disgusting. Yeah, you're supposed to fry it. It's better fried when it's nice and crispy, but you can eat it raw because it's already processed. It's already cooked. When it was invented for the military, it was designed to be eaten out in the field. Gotta admit, this one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. It has just the right amount of bacon flavor in it. It definitely has a lot of salt. Wow. All right. Now I'm hungry. There you go. Pat says, I like Spam and crackers, also fried. Yeah, I like it fried with cheese. All right. I think that's about enough. Let me give Lily a bite, though. Hang on. You want this? Ooh, Yum, yum, yum. Patricia, I'm hungry now, sir. Yes. Well, I can share my spam with you. I think the one in the Philippines that's called Chef something is the better one. With ketchup, yeah. I really like mine thinly sliced, fried, where it's almost burnt on the edges. I like to take good bread because I don't eat low quality bread anymore. I like to toast it. I like to put some ketchup on it. I like to put cheddar cheese on it and let it melt on the hot spam and make a sandwich out of it. Yummy, yummy, yummy for your tummy, tummy. Poor Kanisha. Nisha's going, oh, you got to be crazy eating that junk food, boys. Yeah, you're right about that. Corned beef in the Philippines is way better than American corned beef. I'll give you that. I like corned beef very much. My grandmother was German, and she made homemade corned beef all the time. That was really, really, really good. You like mayo on the bread? Yeah, mayo's okay with it. Mayo's okay. Mayo and cheese goes together very, very well. Saying hello. Hello to you. Good to see you. I'm thinking of fried bologna. Oh, yeah, fried bologna with cheap American cheese. When we were kids, because we were very poor, well, we're poor now, but when I was a kid, I was poor. And what I would eat after school was that really nasty white bread, generic white bread. A slice of bologna that you fry up in the skillet with butter, a little butter, fake butter. You put a slice of, they couldn't call it cheese because it really wasn't cheese, but cheese-like substance on it with ketchup. Don't care for shredded corned beef, Tim says. Peanut butter and honey is outstanding. I don't know about putting Spam on it, but I would do the peanut butter and honey. I've done that. Yes, Pat. Argentina corned beef. Yes, my friends brought some back the last time they came from the Philippines for me. Bai is in the house. Everybody said hello to Bai. Bai said hello to everybody. You're right, Patricia. Yes, you are right. She is right. I like the Argentina beef, corned beef. All of it's salty, but it's good. Pat saying hello. Wow, HTN's AC is here. Stealing subs. Nisha says hello, bye. So Nisha, let me say this, Nisha. You should be very, very happy that you don't have Spam where you're at. Just saying. Feel proud that you don't get exposed to Spam. Is Henry in the house? I don't think Henry's here, is he? Bye. When is the wedding? Dennis is asking you when the wedding is. I think he's being serious, Bye. There is no meat anywhere near me. Yeah, you're lucky. I mean, meat is meat, but I don't know if you... Just be glad that there's no Spam in your part of the world. And so you're lucky, Nisha. Patricia says, hello, bye. I thought Henry was in the chat. Bye. I don't know if I'm ever going to get married. I'm going to think about it. 90% of corned beef is from Argentina. I wonder why. I would like to go to Argentina for a visit. No, Henry is sick, got tooth infection. Oh, all right. Well, he's had one for a long time. Patricia, I turned you blue just to make it easier for me to read you. I know, I gave her a wrench, Dennis. I did, I gave her a wrench, I promise. What? Patricia, drop another message. You'll see that I gave her a link. Or a wrench, or whatever you want to call it. Bye says, Papa, if I get married, I will invite you, but it won't be to Henry or anybody else that you know about. Where's all the McDonald beef cows? Well, John, I didn't know McDonald's sold beef. I didn't know they had beef in their stores. I thought that was fake meat. Artificial, I don't think they have meat at McDonald's or Taco Bell. Tim says, Henry should be happy that he has teeth. There you go. Be happy that you got teeth that it hurts. That's right. Yeah, I don't really consider McDonald's meat. I don't know what it is. I mean, it doesn't taste, sadly, it's edible, but I don't know if it's real meat or not. Patricia says, hi, Tarzan. You are John, right? Yes, he's John. He's JB, the man, the myth, the legend. The one that chases around his young Filipina bride. So, I don't know. And I saw that thing about Taco Bell's meat where they add, I can't remember what the ingredient was called, but it was almost like a sawdust filler into their ground beef mix. Well, that's what I mean, Tim. It doesn't taste like beef. And Burger King, I don't think they're beef either. I think they add a flavor to theirs that make you think it's beef. But they don't act like beef. You know what I mean? Their patties don't act like beef. They don't behave like beef. They don't tear the same way. The texture's off. Same thing with Burger King, but Burger King just adds flavoring to it. If you go to like a Whataburger, then usually you get a beef patty. Oh, anytime, Patricia. Happy to do it. Don't mind at all. You guys, now, I can't remember, because you got to remember I'm old, and I'm slow, and my brain is squishy. You guys all subscribe to Patricia if you guys haven't done that already. Tim has a channel. Want to remind everybody to go to each other's channels and subscribe. And, of course, give us a sub and subscribe too. And to remember, we're doing the Rice for Life program, e-begging, whatever you want to call it, Rice for Life this year. And I got a new thing I'm doing, Dennis. Y'all like this? I think Pat and Patricia are a perfect combination. Well, their names are close. They all added beef stock to the flavoring. Well, they'd have to. I was telling them earlier, Dennis, because we have kind of a rule in this house that, like say if I got, I don't know, this and I'm going to sell it on Facebook Marketplace, right? Because we don't need it anymore. The general rule is if I get $5,000 for this can of tea, then Lorelei gets half and I get half. Well, I thought of this coming back home a little bit ago because I sold something for $60. And I thought, I got to separate Lorelei's money out. Ozzy's in the house. And then I thought, well, you know what? Since I'm trying to raise money, we have our own money that we're doing for the Rice for Life, right? But I figured what I'm going to do with the $60 and everything else we sell is I'm going to divide it in thirds, give Lorelei a third, give myself a third, because that's usually the rule, half and half. Then I'm going to give the other third to the Rice for Life program. So there you go. Croissant Boy says, hello, Ozzy's back. Haven't seen you in a while. Ozzy, how are you? Bye has a girlfriend already. I don't like trouble. I don't know. Pat has several girlfriends, I think. Pat is kind of, playing the field. I think he's entertaining several young women. And Patricia, he probably, likes to keep many lines in the water, so to speak. Yeah, it's been a long time, Ozzy, but it's good to see you. How are you? What's going on in your world? Yeah, Pat, well, now look, Pat is single until he's married. Pat hasn't made any commitments to any Filipina. So he has a couple of girls that he's friends with, that he's talking, but none of them, I'm speaking for Pat like I know, right? You know, I'm going to speak for Pat. Pat, I'm speaking for you. So he has a couple of Filipino friends that he chit-chats with, but I don't think there's anything serious laying the groundwork yet. Pat, see, I'm looking. Bye, I said to you. Thank you for all doing that. Is Pat a butterfly? Yeah, he's a social butterfly. He's kind of... Yes, he's single. Yes, he is. Pat says, sure, I can speak for him. Good. Dennis is single and looking. Also, remember, Dennis is always looking for more armed candy. But, yeah. Until you're married, until you're on a plane to go to the Philippines, you know, the doors are open. The windows are open, so to speak. Good to see you, too. I've been hanging in there. Yeah, we know the feeling. You know, just kind of doing what you're doing, right, Ozzy? Everybody say hello to Ozzy for me, by the way. So, yeah, same thing. Staying busy with fall coming, winter coming. You know how it is. Trying to make money, trying to become a big, giant YouTube star. I'm still e-begging for $5 million, but nobody's giving it to me. Kind of disappointed in that, Ozzy. Papa Dennis is always single. That's right. Dennis is single. He's always single, especially if you're good looking. Hey, everybody. Ozzy saying hello to everybody. You guys all hang out and visit each other. Hello. Thank you for doing that. We have a lot of single men, Patricia, that comes in and out of the live streams. So don't be shy if you're single. Are you single, Patricia? Are you looking? I couldn't remember if you had a man or not. I thought you had a little one, though, right? So, Tim, I hope the windows are not open on the plane. Well, there you go. That's a good, or the door for that matter, right? Yeah, don't open the door or the windows on the plane. You got that right. So, that's funny, though. But we're happy to introduce everybody to everybody, because you never know who's going to be who, or when they're going to, and Pat is planning to go to the Philippines next year. Hello, Ozzy. Wow, it's very impossible. Papa D is single. I thought he's with many women. He's with many women. You know, you can't put restraints on the Canadian Baconator, right? You just can't put those handcuffs on Dennis the man. You just can't do it. You know, until there's a wedding ring on the finger, everybody's single. Pat agrees with me. Pat, for me, does not matter the age as long as good man. Nice. Well, can I ask Patricia, roughly your age? You don't give me your date of birth or anything like that, but are you 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 35 to 40? Pat is 50 now. I think Pat is 50. Dennis is a tiny bit older than Pat, but not that much older than Pat. I think he looks younger than Pat, though. Pat. So, Ozzy might be single. You know, we got a lot of guys that come in and out that are, you know, Gus Sanders is single. Not Tate Sanders, because he's married. But there are, I think, some other men that pop in and out that are single. I am not. I am married. Pat says, yep, you're right. 50 years of age. I know. I remember that. Just for clarification, because I know you guys are all wondering, in about a month or so, I turn 28 years old. My 28th birthday is right around the corner, believe it or not. Ooh, Patricia. Her profile is beautiful. I can't look at it, Dennis. My iPad's dead. So, what a compliment to you, Patricia. Mr. Dennis says that your profile photo is beautiful. I think she's, if I remember right, I think she's in her 30s. Dennis, 35 or so or under. Back for the second time. Second time, it's like the third or fourth time that I'm 28. I've been lying about my age for years. I just can't remember what age I claim year after year. Sometimes I'm 30, sometimes I'm 25, sometimes I'm 28. I don't know. Pat says, yes, you are beautiful. What about me? I'm not like chopped spam. I happen to be, I was the best looking guy at that party the other day. Trust me. Which ain't saying a lot, but I was. So, not only the best looking, but the best dressed. I'm not wearing a Halloween costume this year. I'm just letting you know. Chopped liver, yeah. I'm just letting you guys know I'm not wearing a Halloween costume. Lorelai's wearing one, and all the other girls are wearing one, but David's not wearing I'm tired. Pat, Dennis says, back off, buddy. I call dibs. Bly says, yes, you're cute, Patricia. When a woman says another girl is cute, you know what that really means? Man, that chick's hot. But I can't tell her that she's hot. I just got to say she's cute. I know girl language, man. I know where you're going by. Bly looked at you and said, well, wow, she's beautiful. She's hot. So she's cute. Just as long as you get the discount at Denny's. I don't go to Denny's. I haven't been to Denny's probably in 10 years, 15 years, a long time. I go to IHOP. The IHOP is where I go. I should start claiming a discount. I should. At some places I could get a discount. In some places, Ozzy's done something to you. Pat, thank you. Are you single, P-A-E? Yes, she is single, Dennis. I can answer that, but she'll answer that. Patricia, are you single? And would you be interested in Facebooking with Dennis? He's one of my good friends and good buddies, too, on Facebook. Tarzan, I look for a discount. I am 62. Well, I don't know. I'm still at that age where I'm like, do I really want, I don't know. Lorelai doesn't want me to look old. So when we go to places, how can I ask for the senior discount if she doesn't want me to be old? You know what I mean? You're very welcome, Patricia. Can you make me? Oh, sure. Sure, Ozzy. Sure. Absolutely. All right. You're good, Ozzy. Absolutely. Yeah, just ask for a military or senior discount. All right. Well, I can't ask for the military one because I was never in the military, and that would be wrong. But do I really want to? I don't know. I'm still at that point, Tim, where I don't want to know if I want to acknowledge that my age is creeping up there. I don't know where I'm at with that one yet. I guess if I could do it online and nobody would, I don't know. Patricia is saying, yes, sir, to me. I am a single mom. Pat knows that already. I think Dennis was asking if you were single. I know Pat knows that. Pat says, you want to meet Patricia? Yes. How old are you, Patricia? Bly's asking. Ozzy, thank you. I will sub to your channel. Thank you for doing that. I asked for discounts. My 9-year-old son and 35-year-old wife are with me all the time. That's funny. Yes, I do. Ozzy, I sub. I says. Nice. So, I don't know. I'm still at that age where I guess I don't want to acknowledge, the fact that I'm becoming an old fart. Now, I wouldn't mind if my wife asked for a discount, you know, on her behalf, but I do, Patricia, I do. I don't know if anybody can put my Facebook, David Lorelei Facebook in the chat, the link to the YouTube, the link to our Facebook in the chat for me because I can't do it. And then Patricia could reach out to us through Facebook if she wants to. And boom, boom, boom. You guys can chit chat on Messenger. She is 36 years old, everybody. Papa, Patricia, for Pat now. Where is your Colombian girl? Well, you know, it's good to have options. Pat has options. Patricia has options. Dennis has options. When you're old and married like me, then you have no options. So don't take away the options yet. Oh, all right, Tim. Just tell the service that Mrs. Pack is my caregiver. There you go. If Patricia likes to meet, I'd be honored to meet. Well, hopefully you can meet her next year when you go over there. I will be 40 in a few weeks. I thought you were already 40. I thought you turned 40 a while back. I thought you had a birthday a while back and you turned 40. Sure. Yeah, why not, you know? But yeah, my Facebook is, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, Pat knows it. Somebody knows it. It's Filipino, David Lorelei, I don't know, whatever the Facebook stuff is. But you can friend us on Facebook. Look for David Lorelei. That's the name of our Facebook. Because when I was single, I had a Facebook page. But when I got married, my wife took it over and unfriended everybody I ever knew. Deleted all the photos of everybody I ever knew. And took it over as ours. So I'm not even sure what it is. You're funny. I like ya. Yes, I wish I was 40, Tim says. Yes, Patricia. It's good to have many, many, many friends. Many friends. Bai says, I don't have Facebook. I don't like it. What's great about Facebook is using the Messenger. So even when we talk to the Philippines, we use Facebook Messenger a lot. So that's how we use it. And I think you got to have Facebook to have Facebook Messenger, if I understand it right? Lorelei takes care of all of that stuff for us. But I know it's the easiest way I can use to talk to the people in the Philippines is by using Messenger. Ozzy says, I never had Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and never will. Also, if that doesn't work for anybody, if you go to our YouTube channel homepage, my email address is listed up there. You're welcome to send me an email with your contact if you want, and I'll hook you up with anybody you want to hook up with. If you want more information, you can just email me, and we can go that way too. And that's for anybody who wants to. I had some Jimmy John the other day emailed me about some stuff. So I have people email me all the time. I didn't know that, Tim. I did not know that, to be honest. What's Only app is what she uses. I don't even know what the hell that is. WhatsApp? Only WhatsApp? I don't know. That easily makes sense. It's called Only WhatsApp? That doesn't make any sense. Only what? I don't get it. Tim says you don't need Facebook to have Messenger. I have Rumble and Gab. Never heard of those two either, Ozzy, to be honest. Never heard of those, but you can email me. You're welcome to reach out to me, Patricia. Pat says, yes, absolutely. And, yeah, I don't know. Lorelei manages the Facebook since we got married, and she took it over and deleted all of my friends and contacts. You know. Patricia says, let me know when you come here in the Philippines. That's right. I will definitely do that, Patricia. I will definitely do that. I'm thinking, how do we do it? Messenger? I think Messenger is the only way we get a hold of the Philippines. I don't know how else we do it. I know we use World Remit and others to move money back and forth, but I don't know what else we do to talk to the Philippines. Tarzan says, I'm cooking Spam pizza with pineapple. Nice, John. Bai says, I'm excited for Pat and Patricia. I had pizza yesterday. I haven't had pizza in a while. I really love pizza, but man, I eat a lot of it. Patricia says, I will do that. Okay, Pat, when you come here, we'll talk about it. Pat says, we will be happy to meet you. So, yeah, you guys can all reach out to us and, if you have troubles communicating with each other. I like pizza. I was looking at the grocery store the other day for a good pizza to buy, frozen pizza to take home and have as a snack, but I couldn't find any. I was disappointed at everything I looked at. The DiGiorno's, the red, all of it just kind of looked, Patricia says, bye. She is single too. Yes, she is, for as far as I know. She is single. She says now she's never going to get married. Maybe not. Maybe she will get married. You never know what she's going to do. Bai just has to find the very right guy for her. I think Bai's a little picky when it comes to the menfolk, which is not a bad thing. It's okay to be picky no matter if you're going to date somebody, talk to somebody, potentially marry somebody, you better be picky. They better be authentic, real. And one thing I tell people, because, I give a lot of advice about dating and relationship on this channel, is you got to be compatible. So you got to be in the same world, right? You got to run in the same world. If you got one person who loves and lives every day for sports, and the other person absolutely has a huge disdain for sports, that's not going to work. So I'm not saying they got to be both crazy sports people. If you got one person who's really religious and one who doesn't believe in God, that doesn't work. If you got a lazy person and a hard worker, that doesn't work. You got to have common ground between a couple. Oh, Bai says she's not single anymore. She's met somebody. Woo-hoo! Congratulations. Congratulations, Bai. Now remember, if it's a new person, you got 1 year. If they can't be there in a year, then they're wasting your time and they're feeding you shit. I got a rule for all of you new people, if you don't know, that when it comes to long distance relationships, if the guy can't get to you within a year, if you guys kind of click in and going, yeah, I would really like to come and see you. I think we have a future together. If I tell my wife that, she wasn't my wife back then, but if you're going to go down this road and say, hey, we're clicking, this could really lead to something, and the guy's telling you this, but he can't get his happy ass to the Philippines within a year, then he's feeding you bullshit. He's lying to you. He's playing a game with you. Because any man that really wants to see you will come and see you. Tarzan, I went tits up my wife. I still never married. I agree. John, yes, I'm still with Henry. All right. So Bai is still dating Henry, I guess. That's good. Ozzy's laughing at that. Maybe tits up or about the year. I don't know. He's blowing smoke up your skirt. Yes, lying to you is what he's doing. And I can tell you the history and how it works. I know exactly the patterns. I've been doing this a long time. I've been around the Filipino community since I was 16 years old. I know exactly how this game works, and I know how they behave. My father always says, tits up, busy, all right. So that gives you a flashback. And a lot of these men they will feed you girls bullshit because it makes them feel good. But, you just got to be careful about who you're going to hitch your wagon to when it comes as far as a long distance relationship. But I really mean it when I tell people, and even Pat, I've told Pat, I said, but look, if you can't get to the Philippines in a year, then don't waste their time because it's inappropriate, I think. I think as a man, men should not play games with women just to make us feel good. Because we don't want women to do that to us, right? So it goes back and forth. And I'm really big on this. I got other friends I tell this to, and I got some friends here that are married now. And I told them years ago when they're like, yeah, I met this chick, da, da, da. And I said, well, when are you going? Oh, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know when you're going? I said, you need to figure this shit out. Why would you not? If she's worth you thinking about coming to the Philippines for, that you might want to date and marry, then get your happy ass to the Philippines. Put your money where your mouth is, or shut your mouth. One of the two. That's right. Patricia says, Pat, I did it once, but I delete it. All right, Patricia. Yeah. So, that's one of the things I think. Bai says you can download the WhatsApp, Patricia. And I'm sure there's probably others that I don't know about. So, or Messenger. Tim said you can use Messenger without Facebook. So if you don't want to go the Facebook route, you can always just do Messenger. I'm sure there's also probably, is Viber still around? Lorelai and I, when we were dating 20,000 years ago, we used Viber. So I don't know if that's still around or not, but I don't know. Pat says, Patrick Rowley, look me up on there, Patricia. LDR is really hard. It is. It's really hard when it's real, right? It's really harder when it's fake. So, and I know somebody right now who says that, hey, I'm married to my Filipina, been married to him for 10 years. I've never seen her in person. I've never been to the Philippines, but hey, we're married. Like, well, no, you're not. But I guess if you both, male and female, are happy living in that delusion that there's going to be a relationship, then I guess that's okay, right? As long as you both are living the delusion. But if one of you is not living the delusion as the other one, if you're not on the same page, then it's a shame because I take it on the guy's responsibility. But because this guy I know is never going to make it to the Philippines. Never. He will never be there in his life, period. But, hey. Big John, what are you doing, John? What did John say? I only dated one Filipina. She's been in the U.S. 11 years. I use a lawyer and brought her. Yes, I did the same thing. Lorelai and I met. She was here. I was in the Philippines within 6 months. She was in America in 12 months. We met during the summer, on summer break. I had to wait until Christmas break from teaching college. I flew to the Philippines. We already started the K-1 visa process even before I got there. And then she was here by summer, and we got married 11 years ago. Henry said when he moved to the new house, he will come here. All right. That's good. You see my photo on the WhatsApp? I don't know what WhatsApp is. My son married a Filipino nurse in New York City 4 months ago. Yes. Wow. Okay, Pat, I try Viber, then I tell you soon. I don't know, Patricia. if Viber is still around. Is Viber, that's what I mean. I used Viber 12 years ago. It's a purple thing. I don't know if it still works. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know about Viber. It's just, I guess my iPad's dead, so I can't Google it. I would Google it for you and to see if it even still there. But there has to, and maybe WhatsApp is the way to go. I don't know how it works. Plus, the other thing you got to realize is I don't keep up with this because I'm married and I don't talk to women. So I kind of have, I was telling Pat about this the other day. Pat and I had this discussion the other day. I don't go to a lot of single Filipinas YouTube channels because I'm married. Why would I go to a single girl's channel? I go in and say hi, show a little respect, try to, and then I leave because it would be inappropriate for a married man to do that. Pat says, WhatsApp is good, Ozzy. I was supposed to go to the Philippines in January, but had to change the plans. Hopefully within the next year, I will make it there. Good. You got to put your money where your mouth is, Ozzy. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you the other side of that coin. And I know it's easy for me being married who found the right woman to say this. But here's what I'm going to say. I want you guys, not to misunderstand this. One, I absolutely think it's wrong for the guy to waste the girl's time and the girl to waste the guy's time. Life is too short to play games with each other. Okay? Period. But two, every year that you don't get to that girl is another year without that girl. Every year that that guy doesn't come and see you as promised is another year without your husband, your future husband, your life. Another year that you're stuck in a holding pattern. And why do we want to waste a year, more or less, a day? That was my opinion. When I knew Lorelai was the right one, it was, in the middle of a semester. I knew I had to go over Christmas break, so I scheduled shit. As soon as classes got out, I turned in final grades for all my classes. I was on a plane to the Philippines. Why would you want to wait when you can have what your heart wants? Why would you wait? And I want everybody to ask yourself, if that guy is asking you to wait, or that girl is saying, no, don't come here yet, maybe there's reasons for these things. There has to be reasons for the delay. So, but why? Why would you do that? Why would you put delay? Why would you accept delays? And why would you want to put a delay in your happiness? So I'm really big on that part. I'll try, Sir David. Patricia says, and just try it. Yeah, I don't really know. Wow, Ozzy. Same here. Pat says, I go to a few channels and don't stay. Well, Pat, you're a single guy. You can do whatever you want. I just look at it as, for all of you women that have YouTube channels out there, I don't mind coming by, but I'm not going to stay there and flirt with you. I'm not going to do any of that. It's inappropriate for a married man to come to your single live streams. I just don't think it's appropriate. So I don't do it. But Pat's single guy. Disruption can be a form of lying. It is lying. John, deception is lying. Have you ever heard of the term lying by deception? Yeah. It is. Intentions tell the truth. Putting your money where your mouth is tells the truth. When Lorelai and I were dating, and she's kind of like, look, if because I told her originally, I said, look, I think the soonest I could come to the Philippines would be the next summer. So we met in the summer. I told her I was already about October or something, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, this is going to work. And I told her, I said, I don't know, but the earliest I could get there is probably at the end of the next spring semester for the summer break. And I could come over for the summer break. And she's kind of like, well, yeah, but, if you really wanted to be here. And I'm like, well, I went back and looked at the Christmas calendar, realized when my last classes were, when my grades were in, and when I had to be back. And I told my dean, hey, I may be a week late for all the pre-stuff, but I'll be here to start classes and I'll be ready. he's like, well, that happens, it's fine. So I took off over Christmas break. So Pat agrees with me. I want a future with someone in the Philippines, Brother David knows that. Yeah, I agree. You know, Sir Ozzy, I don't see you in a picture, but I saw a cute boy inside the box. Maybe the cute boy is him. Maybe he's really a boy, you know. But that's just partly what I think, whether you like it or not. And look, I've told you guys all thousands of times, David doesn't really care if you like what I say, if it hurts your feelings or not. It is what I say. It's what I live by. It's what I do. I speak the truth as I see it, whether it hurts your feelings or not. But reality doesn't lie. And what I speak is based on reality. So that's why I tell all of you girls, don't hold your breath. You know, don't do it. Don't do it. Now, if you want to play the field and dangle the guys that won't come there until you find one that will come, all right, I don't blame you there. So Mike is back laughing at everybody. Ozzy, Patricia, yes, that was my friend's son. Good kid. Nice, 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 nice. Mike, how are you? What's going on in the Philippines? So, but I really, what I don't like is I know so many Filipinas, since I've been around the community since I was 16, 18 years old, that's been lied to and hustled. And they've gone through a bunch of different potential suitors over the years until they finally met their husband and came to America. Or some of them are still in the Philippines waiting, you know, that I know what they go through. And I know that I go back to that. Why would you want to wait a year, a 2 year, 3 years, more or less a day? And Johnny gets what I'm talking about. I think MJ gets what I'm talking about with that too. I'm not in any of the videos. Just upload Christmas tree video. Good. It better be good, MJ. If it's not any good, I'm going to give you a thumbs down, buddy. No, we won't give you any thumbs down. Ozzy says, I'm not in any of the videos. I got some videos I'm in, but I can't share them with you. So, just thought I'd throw that out there. You know. Patricia says, yes, sir, Ozzy, look at his happy little funny. Yes, my son is in a few of them. He's 6'10". Holy crap, that's tall. That's tall, Ozzy. Put him to work putting things on the top shelf. One of my good friends who died a couple years ago, Big John, he played for Arkansas and Oklahoma State basketball under Eddie Sutton at the national championship team. And he was 6'11", and about 10 years younger than that. He's 42. About 15 years younger than me. He died of a heart attack after we got back from a fishing trip in Mississippi. So 3 days after we got back from a fishing trip, he died of a heart attack. He was a chief of police after college in one of our local small towns. So, and Ozzy is 6'4" himself. So, but I like he's in some of my videos, my fishing videos. You'll see him a little bit. But I think about him once in a while because he was a really good guy, married to a Filipina. Really good guy, really good guy. Loved people. One of the better people persons I've ever met. You know, very well-mannered, very well-spoken, had a tone about himself that, you know, he seemed that he could talk to anybody. He was 43 years old, I think. I think he was 43 at the time. Maybe, I can't remember. He was in his 40s, may have been 47. I can't remember exactly. But, yeah, he played for Eddie Sutton at Oklahoma. So during the national championship run those years ago. He played at Arkansas first, then transferred. When Arkansas didn't play any white players, he transferred to Oklahoma State. So, good guy, really good guy. I think about him a lot because he was so tall and, you know, and I could tell how much pain he was in from having to carry a gun belt all those years and the athletic, and I could see the pain in his knees and his back, you know, but he was such of an intellectual young man But he had such of a calming presence. I really enjoyed John. And the last trip we were on, we went on a deep sea fishing trip out of Mississippi. Stayed in an Airbnb, and I remember, the thing I remember the most was on that trip was we were both looking at moving to Mississippi, buying a place close to the water or on the water in Mississippi, which we decided not to do for all kinds of reasons. But I asked him, so what, this is the type of guy he was. I asked him, I said, so what are you looking for in this house? He's like, well, my number one thing in the house, in my next house, is I want to make sure that my mom and dad are comfortable, that they got their own room when they come and visit us. I thought, wow, you're a way better person than I am. My answer was fishing, water, location. Had nothing to do about other people's comfort. But his first thing out of his mouth, no, it has to be somewhere that my mom and dad wants to come and visit. It's a pretty decent guy. My son is a diesel mechanic. All right, he probably doesn't got it. Well, that works. That works. How old are you, Ozzy? Ozzy's 57 years of age, so he's a young man. Chef is in the house. Hey, how are you? Just wanted to check in. I have a cross-country meet in the morning, 9 a.m. Woo-hoo! I have to get up at 6. Oh, you got to go down to Hot Springs. Nice. All right. So it's probably, what, a 4-hour drive for you, my friend? Thank you for that, Chef. Everybody say hello to Chef and wish him good luck at his track meet tomorrow. He's a good young man doing the right thing in the world, lives in my state. He lives over on the other side of the state, but we don't hold that against him. So, but he's a good guy. Patricia says, you are tall, sir. He is tall. I am only 5'9", so I am not tall. I used to be 5'10". And when I played football, I lied and said I was 5'11". But now that I'm old, I'm probably actually 5'2". Oh, man, you guys are all crazy. But Chef, I hope you have a great event tomorrow. Stay safe, stay well, enjoy Hot Springs. Been there many of times. Hot Springs, Arkansas is the first national park in the United States, if you didn't know that, by the way. It was the very first national park in the United States. Patricia says she's 5'1". My wife is, I think, 5'1" or 5'2". So, I think my wife is about 5'1". Lawson is saying, yep, it was about 4 hours. Have a great night. Sorry, couldn't say it. That's right. I understand, my friend. Get some sleep, get some rest. Thank you, Sir David. Oh, you betcha. Ozzy weighs 250-ish. Well, so you're skinny. So Ozzy's skinny because he's so tall. I weigh 270-ish, but I'm short, so I'm fat. So just imagine a really tall me and 20 or 30 pounds lighter. So he's going to be a skinny guy. So Mike says, I'm also 5'9". Woohoo! See? Man, I'm telling you, I used to be 5'11". I got an old football picture showing me being 5'11". 290 and 5'11". So, but now I'm like 275 and 4 foot, Not skinny? Well, you're skinny-ish. How about skinny-ish? How about that? Well-proportioned, baby. And you know what they say about tall guys? Patricia, do you know what they say about tall guys in America? Because I know you in the Philippines aren't used to tall guys. So you know what they say about tall guys? Pat says he's 5'8". Does anybody know what they say about tall guys? Vi says you're 58, Pat. No, not 58, 5'8". He's 50 years old at 5'8". He just didn't put the brackets in. I've shrunk about a half inch since I was younger. Used to be 5'9.5". That's funny. I was 5'11", you know. And the other thing I tell people, look, I am one of the most, you know what Arnold Schwarzenegger looked like in his prime? That's what I look like under all of my fat. Bai's 5 foot tall. I'm not skinny. I am chunky. Yes. Bai is what we'd call healthy. She's one of the Spanish. You know, in the Philippines, you have women that kind of have a lot of Spanish-looking blood versus more Korean or Japanese blood. So, and the Spanish tend, as they get older, to be a little bit bigger framed than like the Korean, Japanese parts of the Philippines. Oh my Lord, I had a girlfriend that was 5'3". Oh my gosh. But nobody answered my question. What do they say about tall guys? Does anybody know? I think my wife is 5'1". I really do. Henry's like 5'11" now. I don't think he is. I think he's my height. I don't think he was any taller than me. When he was here, he wasn't any taller than me. No, I don't think he's that tall. Maybe you can go back and look at last year's Halloween video to judge how tall he is. But he's a little bit bigger than I am, but short, about my height, but bigger, you know. So he's not, no, he's about my height, and I'm 5'9". Tim is 5'7" and about 600 kilos, 60 kilos, that is. Can't get my Viber working. Pat, I'm glad you said you couldn't get your Viber working versus your vibrator working. Just wanted to clarify that you're talking about Viber, the app, not your vibrator, because you know. What do they say about tall guys? All right, Ozzy, you bit the bit, but they can get stuff off the top shelf. But they can do the reaching for you. That's what they say about them. My wife is 5 foot, and I am 5'8", maybe a little shorter, 5'2". All right, I see that. Viber app, yes. I'm just glad Patricia didn't say she couldn't get her vibrator working. I mean, that Viber working. Tall guys have to bend over to kiss the girlfriend. There you go. It kind of sounds funny. Yes, it does. Tarzan, your wife and I are the same height. Bai says she's 54 kilos. Okay? I'm trying to do the math because, you know, we're Americans. We talk in pounds, you know. And women should never tell their honest weight anyway. You guys should have just kind of, you know, guess, you know, kind of do that. It's okay if women fudge the numbers a little. Won't let me log in. Really? Wow, yes. Did you register the correct way? And don't ask me how the correct way is, but there should be, did you use the correct email address? Do you remember the correct password, Pat? Did you write it all down? Your login and your password, did you write it down? And enter it in exactly the exact same way? All right, just checking on you, Pat. Hi, my high school graduation prophecy said I would become Mr. Universe. I was buff with John Travolta. Woohoo! My high school, I was voted most likely to serve life in prison for murder in my high school. So, multiple murders, actually. I think it said multiple murders. I was most likely to spend life in prison due to multiple murders. Who cares? You might have to start a new account, Pat. Maybe you can start a new one, or you might have to get them to resend your password. You know, you might have to go through those hoops to let them, because if it's been a long time, you're not activated anymore. So they're going to have to reactivate you, Pat. Days gone by. Just like asking a lady her age. Yes, it's okay, Pat. Relax, Pat. Yes. It all get worked out, Patricia says. I got it working. Well, there you go. Pat got it working after all, Patricia. It's working now. Nice, nice, nice. See, I helped you, Pat. Come on, admit it. Admit it. It was my motivation that got you through. Next year, it's been a long time. Patricia says, next year, it's been a long time. A long time for what? I'm confused. Yes, Pat says, I motivated him. That's right. Nothing else, I can at least motivate you. I'm a motivator. I'm your YouTube motivator. I was voted as Tim Who. Pat says, now, Patricia, can you look me up and add me? Oh, yeah, you got to do that. Yeah. Because that's what my wife, you know, Pat, don't feel bad because way back in the day, Lorelai had to do it. I had to go get an iPhone. I still had a Motorola flip phone, like a clam phone when I met my wife, and I really liked it. But so that we could do Viber and communicate better, I had to go get it. I had to go get my first iPhone. So, you know, I had to get with the times. I didn't want to get an iPhone. So my wife had to figure all of that crap out and tell me what to do, Pat. So don't feel bad. Sir David, so energetic, very, very nice. Yes, I'm a motivator. Mike says, I just weighed myself and I weighed 275 kilos. Mike, that's pretty heavy for somebody as short as you. Oh, sorry, 75 kilos. Well, that's pretty chunky. You don't look chunky. You look really puny and skinny. Tim said he weighed, Tim, didn't you say you weighed 60 kilos? So Tim must be really skinny because MJ looks skinny. Also, look me up on WhatsApp. Dennis, I leave for 20 minutes and Pat is all over. P.A.E., he's all over it, man. He's all right. He's doing it. That's all right. They're not married yet, Dennis. And the key is, you know, what do you have to offer? Pat says, yes, Dennis, boy, he's putting the brakes on you, Dennis. Photo of me on Viber, yes. I knew the man that made the first Motorola cell phone. Really? That's cool. Maybe mine was a Motorola. That's what I had. I had a black Motorola cell phone that I loved. But when I met my wife, she said, you know, we can't really text or anything on that. And, you know, if we want to do Viber, you got to download an app. And I'm like, well, shit. So I asked a friend of mine who knew about smart things, and he said, no, you got to go get an Apple iPhone. I'm like, all right. And so I sent my wife some money to buy her one in the Philippines, and I went and bought one here. And then there we are. We got married. Mine was a Motorola, black Motorola. I really liked that phone. I wish I had it today. Patricia says, Pat, I think your number, not only your, also your number, not only your name. Bai says, Henry is so big. Yes, Henry's pretty big. Well, he's short like me, but he's round. He's probably my weight, I would say. You can look at the live stream. He's on the live stream from last Halloween by. He's here at the house. He's over in the kitchen area quite a bit. So you can probably see him on the live stream. My daughter had a BlackBerry. Nice. That was really big for smart people. My Motorola would take a picture. I just didn't know if you could do anything with the picture. But I really liked that Motorola. Really did. Yeah, I never did either until I met Lorelai. And I didn't know anything about phones. And the friend that I called and said, hey, what should I do? He was an Apple person. He said, so go get an Apple iPhone. So I did. And we've had them ever since. I don't know which is better because I've never had any. I had the Motorola, then I had an Apple. And that's all we've ever had is Apples. Pat says, Brother David, can you give Patricia my number for a bit? I deleted it what? Uh, I be quick. Pat, what do you mean? Clarify what you mean. What do you want me to do? How do you want me to give her your number? How do you want me to do that, Pat? Mike tells me what kind of phone I need. Well, yeah, the wife. That's what it is now. Now that we're married, it's always, no, you know. Okay, Pat, if you want to put your number out there for her and then delete it, that's fine with me, if that's what you're asking. Or I can delete it for you, or one of the other moderators can delete it for you. I think I can delete it. Can I delete it, everybody? Can I delete his phone number? I mean, if Patricia knew us on Facebook, I could just messenger her it. I'm trying to see if I can delete a comment without deleting you. As what I don't know, Patricia, if you're paying attention, Pat has dropped his number for you to help you find him on the internet. Okay, we can all delete it, Ozzy. So give it a minute if you don't mind, Ozzy. Patricia, did you get it? And then, okay, then delete it if you would. You like the Samsung screen? So, does somebody want to delete Pat's message? Screenshot the number? Yeah, that helps. So that you have it, Patricia. You can screenshot the number. That's a good point, Dennis. Bai says somebody sent her an iPhone 13. Uh-oh, Bai, what did you do for an iPhone 13? Uh-oh, Bai. Sorry, he's a moderator, so we can't. Okay. I mean, I can put Pat in timeout, but I don't want to put him in timeout, do I? If I put him in timeout for 10 seconds, will that delete his messages? So maybe Pat's the only one. All right, I think we're okay. Pat's still in timeout for about 10 seconds. Pat deleted it. All right, gotcha. Pat can delete it. Okay, good. Pat, don't take offense. I put you in timeout for 10 seconds. Okay, is that what it is? So I never delete any of my comments when I make comments. I'm one of those rude, arrogant people that don't think I need to delete my comments. It was deleted. Thank you, Tim, for acknowledging that. Patricia says, okay, thank you, Patricia says. So, we've actually had great subscribers too, everybody. We appreciate what everybody does for us. I'm still waiting for the $5 million, but other than that, you know, I don't even know what iPhones we have. We're not buying brand new iPhones. We're not buying new updates. I think the 17 is out, but our phones are working fine. And if we can get 10 years out of these damn things, we're going to get 10 years out of these damn things. They want way too much money for phones. Anytime, Patricia. Tarzan nose to the wall. Time out. There you go. Oh, I remember that as a kid. Pat, you need a fee from Pat. That's right. That's right, Dennis. A surcharge, right? A service handling fee or something. See, we learned something new tonight. Ouch. Patricia's saying, hey, Dennis, don't forget about me. I'm still here, Dennis. Yes, she is, Dennis. You're not out of the running yet, Dennis. So, and thank you for being a member, Dennis. We appreciate all of our members to our channel. I don't want to spend 4 months rent to buy. I agree. Freaking crazy. I mean, I don't even know what these are, but we're going to get 25,000 years out of these phones. Because there's no reason you should have to buy a new freaking phone every year just because iPhone people tell you to. That's crazy. I mean, and I think my wife has finally figured that out, that there's really no reason to keep buying new phones. Because they're all the same. You're just paying more money to the Apple crappy people. So, you know, it's kind of like we have iPads and iPhones, but we don't have the Apple computers. I keep my electronics forever. I got a laptop that I bought 20 years ago. 20, shit. How old am I? And so that's been 10 years. About 17 years ago, that I used in my consulting business, I took with me all over the place. And I still have it and still use it. It's in my office right now. 17-year-old laptop. It's a big, heavy sucker. Weighs about 35,000 pounds. But about 17 or 18, maybe 20 years old by now. Laptop, HP laptop, it still works. No problems. You can use it today. I have an Android, Ozzy says. My screen went out a couple of days ago. I thought I need to buy a new one. Found a repair shop in Robinson Mall. 4,500 pesos later, my phone 13 was back working again. Yeah. That's the good thing about Asian countries. They'll fix your damn phone for you, right? In America, it's kind of like, no, well, we can't, you know, there's not like these repair shops all over the place, like in Asia. And maybe South America, Dennis, I don't know. But around here, you can't find phone repair shops. You got to take your Apple phone back to Apple, who want to charge you $25,000. I won't buy new phones until I can't get batteries anymore. There you go. Yeah, you won't buy a new phone? Yeah. Well, we're lucky, to be honest. The iPhones that we have are just fine. Oh, here. Shit. I was looking for my phone, but it happens to be right in front of me. There you go. See, that's a squishy brain thing. Our iPhones are working just fine. We bought them when we got back from the Philippines about 3 years ago. They're working fine. No issues at all. So they're staying for a very, very long time. Patricia says, thank you, Sir David, for your nice live stream. Always. Now I got to go back to work. Patricia, we appreciate you. Remember, we have an email address if you want to email me on my YouTube channel, and we can communicate and all of that, because I know you don't do Messenger. On our Facebook page, because I know you don't do Facebook. So if you want to share your information so I can share it with others, you know, privately, just do that. Patricia saying goodbye to everybody. Ozzy says goodbye. See ya. Mike Tarzan, I did also that just new lenses for my friends. Yes. PAE, I am interested in you. So he's asking you, Patricia, to reach out to me so that I can get YouTube find people to chat with each other one way or the other. I'm paraphrasing for Dennis, that's what I'm saying. So, and it's always good to have more friends. Tim is saying, take care, Patricia. Sleep good, Pat. So Patricia, remember that, reach out. Meme is in the house. Meme, how are you, man? Where you been? Why are you saying goodbye? You just got here. You just got here, man. You came in, you said goodbye. You're supposed to be hello. How are you? Good to see you. We've missed you so much, kind sir. Tarzan, bye, Patricia. Everybody say hello to Meme for me. Thank you, Patricia. Nara TV's in the house. If you guys haven't subscribed to them, please do. We appreciate you coming in very, very much. How are you? Everybody said hello to each other. Subscribe. Let's see. Let me stay caught up. Patricia's given some, and we're serious about that, Patricia. NAR TV says hello, meme. Hi, David. Are you interested in a German chat between us? How can we have a German chat between us when you know I don't know German? That's kind of, come on, man. I don't know any German. How can we chat? You were in Egypt for the last 3 weeks? Is that what you're trying to say, meme? Pat saying hello to you, my friend Nara. But if I knew German, absolutely. Ozzy said hello to you, my friend. Nara, thanks a lot for hosting us. Absolutely. Always happy to do it. Meme says, Ozzy! Hello, Nara, from Mike. Like, done. Thank you. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel. I always forget to tell you that. Remember, we're doing Rice for Life also. That's new or just started this month. If you want more information about that, let me know. Pat says, hello, meme. Nara says, hello to you, Mike. Bye. Take care, everybody. Bye's got to go. Bye-bye. David, you try German, make hand signs and stuff. Okay. I can make hand signs. I can make hand signs. Take care, bye. Pat says, I never went to South America or Africa. Okay. Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. I pissed behind the pyramid. Oh, my God. You didn't either. You get arrested in that country. They would send you to pyramid prison. Ozzy says, see you later, bye. I meme. Hello, Pat. Please tell nobody. All right, I won't tell anybody that you desecrated the pyramids in Egypt while you were there. I would not tell anybody that. I won't say that you peed behind them. I won't do that. I'll keep your secret. So, but I hope you had fun. I hope you had fun on your trip. Hope everybody has fun on the trip. Nara TV, how are you? What's going on in your part of the world? Yeah, see, we're good to keep secrets, man. We have no problems keeping secrets on this channel. None whatsoever. Whether you like it or not. We can do it, boys and girls. We can indeed. We had fun on... Meme, what am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you? Pat says, that's right, Brother David. I'm good, host. Thank you for asking. Oh, absolutely. Hope you're doing great. Hope everybody's channel is growing and going. Good to see you on Nara TV. Dunno. Oh, my God. You're a troublemaker, man. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You're just lucky. Meme, I hope it was an authorized restroom. He can't help himself, Tim. He can't help himself. He's a misbehaving. NAR TV says, good to see you, Pat. I think Mike said hello to you earlier. I probably missed that. It's daytime in the Philippines, right? What time is it where you're at, Meme? What is it, 11:30 here, almost 11:30. So midday there in the Philippines. What's your time, Meme? California restaurants go both ways. They do, which is sad. They go both ways. No restroom should go both ways. Pat says, is there earthquake still going on in the Philippines or is it over now? I think they're still having a lot of aftershocks, Pat. Restrooms, we don't have these kind in Europe. Sorry. There is no restrooms in Europe. Kenichi says, I am back. I am back from the great state of New York. Beam says 6:21 military time. Okay, what about civilian time? Don't you care about civilians? 12:21 p.m. right after lunch in the Philippines. Noontime, Tim says. 7 hours in the plus 7 hours in the Philippines. Jess says, hey, well, hey, Jess. You didn't do your homework, Jess says. Jess says they didn't do their homework. All right. Well, if you didn't do your homework, you're not gonna, what's the saying? No, if you don't eat your spinach, that's what the song is. Sorry. If you don't do your homework, you're gonna have to go to bed early. Meme, I don't care about civilians. There you go. Pat says, my brother Mark's girlfriend, her parents' home got messed up like Cebu did. Wow, yeah. Yeah, we have a house split in half in Cebu. We still got friends sleeping outside of their houses because they're worried about the aftershocks. But it's getting better, but it's not good, so to speak. But they are kind of used to it. Meme says, I am alien. I don't care about humans. Like, I'm going to bed early. I know. Jess, should we talk to your mom and dad? And, why didn't you do your homework? What's your excuse? Do you have an excuse? If you have a really good reason, then you're excused. Give me the reason, a really good reason, why you chose not to do your homework. And if it's really good, then you won't have to do homework for the rest of the school year. Yes, I am just debating on what I will have for lunch. You're going to have Spam. Remember, we had Spam earlier. 12:23 in the a.m. in New Hampshire. This old rooster sleep all day. Life is good. I am an alien. I am a legal alien. There you go. Yes, I had cheer. It was all day. All right. I guess that's acceptable. That's acceptable. I accept your excuse, Jess, and I approve it. Meme says, I am English men in New York. Okay. And I have competitions every day. Nice. Then don't do any more homework all year long. I don't want you to go to class. I want you to focus on your competitions only. I want you to go to school Monday and tell your teacher that you talked to me and I told you that it's okay for them teachers to back off and to quit bothering you while you're trying to get your competitions done, all right? And if they have any problems, they can call me. Over 500 aftershocks in Davao in the last 26 hours. That's crazy, man. Wow. Kanisha says, you are so funny. Hey, I got your back, Jess. I got your back, all right? We got your back here now. Yeah, and Tim was saying the strongest was 6.0 aftershock. Right, Tim? And this is not to minimize, but I really am, and I really tell people, it's almost like earthquakes and typhoons in the Philippines is second nature. It kind of comes in with the flow of living there. It's like, us getting heavy rains and winds. Or a snowstorm, or an ice storm, or a tornado. And I told my friend today, was asking, and I said, that tornado we had here about a year and a half ago, it's kind of like them having that, but they have it every 6 months. I have hamburger and potatoes and potato fries. Nice, nice. 3 weeks over 6.0, yes. Pat says, hello, Kanisha. Hi, how are you doing? Pat in the Philippines, I think. Pat's doing good. Pat's trying to get a girlfriend. Unfortunately, I suffer from phantom earthquakes. I don't blame you. I really don't, Tim. Seriously. I get that. I can see it. I'm telling you, I could see phantom earthquake issue. I really can. Because I don't know, I might, experience that too. Meme says, my mom is a tornado also sometimes. There you go. Yes, I am doing good. Nara TV, someone call Sir Gregory came to the channel and insults me. I don't know him, and I have subscribed to his channel, and he also haven't subscribed to mine. Well, my advice would be, it sounds like he's one of these internet trolls, so block him from your YouTube channel. Just block him. Don't entertain him, don't talk to him, don't let him back on. If he comes back, just completely 100% block him. You are so much more of a better person than he is than you could ever imagine. He's not in the same realm as you. That's why he wants to make insults to try to bring you down to his level, to try to make you feel bad, because he feels bad about who he is as a human being. You're way past that. You're so far above him, it's unbelievable, Nara, all right? So you just do you, and you block him and don't give him a second thought. And yeah, no, Tim, I mean it. I can see it's kind of like vertigo. I saw that. So, Mike, did you help Nara out and help her block him? You got to block. You got to shit can the bad people. Subscribe to Meme. That's right. Subscribe to Meme's channel. Don't forget Meme, my good friend Meme. Mike Venus, he gave me and Venus a hard time. Also, block him. You guys are better than he is. He's a turd. Just block him. You know, he's not worth the toilet paper it's going to take to get him out of your butt. Just block him. I know channels he is in, Brother David. Yes, I know, Pat. Also, Mike, I know the channel Sir Greg is in. I reported him and also, good girl. Good job, Nara. Good girl. Don't stoop. You know, you're just so much better than that, than he is. And he knows that. Him and Dirty Grandpa and a few other idiot trolls, they want to do this because, you know, and hopefully this doesn't offend anybody, but they usually got a little bitty penis. You know, they're probably highly dysfunctional. They're disappointed in their lives. They amounted to nobody. They couldn't get a girl to look at them if they tried. So they try to tear people down so they feel better about their pathetic selves. That's what trolls do. You're way better than that, and you know that. So you're a good girl. Let's see. I got you unmod from Chi 3 channel. Here, let me get up here. Mike says, also that girl KK is talking bad about us. Sir Greg and KK were friends and both attacked us as well. So, block KK. Tell KK to kiss your ass and dump her. Move on. You know? Eventually, here's what's going to happen, guys. And I don't know KK, and I don't know Sir Gregory. They sound like idiots. But here's what eventually is going to happen. They're going to run out of people to screw with, and they're going to fight with each other. So let them. Don't give them the time. Pat got unmodded from the channel. That's great. Nobody cares. You know, don't worry about it, Pat. Don't worry about it. You know, you can unmod me. Anybody in the world can unmod me if you want to. I don't care. Kenesha says, where is my wife? My wife is working. She's slaving away. She's trying to make that money so that we're not poor, Kenesha. Meme, human beings don't feel low, only demons do. Ooh, good point. Every successful human being has no point to put others out. I like that meme. You guys read, take a second, and I want you to read Meme's comment. It's an excellent comment, Meme. That's probably one of your best comments ever, my friend. That's right. Yes, thanks. Anytime, Nara, you know. I tell it the way it is. I don't care if anybody likes me or not. I don't care if you come and troll me or not. I don't care. You know, one thing I've learned, bullies don't bully people in their face. They try to bully you behind your back. They're keyboard warriors. Because one thing I've learned over the years, people don't have the balls to say and do the things to your face that they will behind a keyboard. And if all they can do is trash you behind a keyboard, then you know that they don't have the balls to do it in front of your face. So they're not worth your time. Mike says, we blocked them both. Good. That's right, I've got bash 3. Yeah, you know, let them bash you. You know, look, one thing I will say, from a YouTube channel standpoint, if they're bashing you, then they're talking about you. You've got them running scared. There's something going on that you've got them scared. You've got them worried about you. So they're bashing you, which is a good thing because they're talking about you. The more they talk about you, the more your channel will grow. You keep making me laugh, Kenesha says. All right, well, I just do me, Kenesha. You know that. Croissant Brother says, oh, bro, they're still making the live stream. We're still here. Keyboard warriors, that's right. That's right. They are keyboard warriors. But look, it's good when people talk shit about you. Because the more people talk about you, the more your channel gets out there, right? The more people know you. You don't got to put up with it. You don't got to respond to it. You don't got to buy into it. Just let them do it. If they want to go on somebody else's channel and say how bad Pat is or Mike is or Nora is or I am, I don't care. I really don't. If you're not paying my bills, I don't care. Period. I'm not going to give you the power to negatively affect my life. I'm just not. You're not going to get power over me. You know, I think Meme was going towards this. Demons can take power over you. You ain't taking power over me. So get out of here. You got to let them in. Bully, you can only be bullied if you allow yourself to be bullied. Understand that and listen to those words. You can only be bullied. You can only be bullied if you allow yourself to be bullied. That's great, Mike. How come nobody talks about me? KK talked about me in her live stream this morning. Didn't watch it, but a friend told you. See, that's great, man. I don't care if anybody talks about me. See, who cares, right? Why are you giving them power over you? Remember, the Germans, the only ones that has fault. There you go. For everything and every time. That's right. The Germans are always wrong. Doesn't bother me. I just laughed them off for wasting time. That's it. They're just pissing in the wind, so to speak, right? Which I think is fun. So what will they do if they are blocked by everybody? They won't do anything. They'll go away. They'll either have to, when bullies don't get attention, they quit bullying. That's why I make fun of bullies when they come to my channel. Because I reverse the psychology on them and they don't get the attention they want, so they go away. If you don't give a bully any attention, they go and try to bully somebody else and they will leave you alone. But eventually they run out of people to bully and they're just left sad, lonely, and pathetic. That's it. Cause of WW2 and Hitler, I know. Just started a rage baiting. Kenesha says, I am Ben from reality. Yeah, good girl. Welcome Meme says, I saw a spammer on a channel and he was trashing a vlogger until the 6% vlogger tapped him on the shoulder. That's right. A lot of people run their mouths until they're face to face, right? And then it's like, ooh, I didn't mean that, you know. I remember seeing that on YouTube years ago, Tim. If you're thinking of the same one I am, I can't remember his name. He had a weird last name, but he kept trashing people, 10, 15 years ago. And, you know, he was highly dysfunctional. One time he was homeless on the streets. Then he had condos. I can't remember his idiot's name. But he was trashing until the other blogger saw him face to face and confronted him in Davao. Dumageddon. It was in Dumageddon. And then he was like, crying like a little baby back bitch. So I remember that. I can't remember the guy's name. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but I remember watching those videos, 10, 12 years ago in Dumageddon. So that one was 3 years ago. Oh, all right. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't remember this cat's name, but he was one of the early YouTubers, ran around the Philippines, talking shit, acting like he was God's gift to Filipinos and lying out his ass, and then, acting like he was homeless, e-begging. Then he would lie, and it was just stupid. I can't even remember his name. But he eventually got kicked off, but he got confronted in Dumaguete by another YouTuber blogger who he was threatening, and he happened to ran into him in Dumaguete, and he cried like a baby. No, no, I didn't say that. That's not what I mean. Meme says, heard about that of Germans go no sense of humor, even period. Yes, I know Germans have no sense of humor. I know nothing. Sergeant Schultz had a really good sense of humor. Schultz had a really good, Saluting people is kind of like a thing of humor. But we're going to let Germany off the hook. We're all going to vote and say, okay, we know that modern Germany is not the ancient Germany of Hitler's era. We know that now. It's almost been 100 years, almost. So we, after 100 years, I think I told you this, I decided after 100 years, we will forgive Germany for Hitler. I don't know. I got to throw something out there. It's about 50 feet away. Wow, you saw it nice, Tim. That's really cool, man. Do we know any of the bloggers? What? Mean? What do you mean, man? 100 years, right? After the war ended. Just to clarify, 100 years after the war ended, we will forgive Germany. Is that okay? Colonel Klink. I loved Colonel Klink. I really did. I thought he was funny. Kenny said, yours funny where you was taught that. Taught what? I wasn't taught anything. Ask my teachers. They didn't get anything through me. They talked and said, no, you got to learn. And I went, pfft. That's why I became a college professor, because when I was in school, I didn't learn any damn thing. I know nothing. I say nothing. You will forgive Germany. We all will forgive Germany. The whole world. Even the Germans. The whole world. We're going to come together 100 years at the end of the war and say, we now bring peace to the world and forgive Germany. I don't know. It sounds pretty good to me. I mean, I don't know. You could forgive me 100 years after I'm dead if you want, I guess. I don't know. It sounded like a good plan to me, So, is that 2088? All right. 2088? That's 100 years? So 1988? Where are you going? What historical history are you looking at? Or in 2088, you're going to forgive everybody? What are you talking about, man? Tim says, Colonel Klink was actually I heard that. I knew that. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool, right? The germ honey. John says the germ honey. Oh, is it? Okay. I didn't even know that. See, meme, I didn't even know that, man. We've forgotten so much. Sob said bad word, David. Who said a bad word? Uh-oh. Don't you people say bad words on my live stream. Is meme saying a bad word? German honey. Is that the blonde girl that worked the front desk in the Colonel Klink's office? Is that where you're going with that one? I liked Schultz. I had a German Shepherd. Thinking of that, everybody, when I was a kid and Hogan Heroes was on TV, somebody gave us a mutt German Shepherd, right? One of those mutts that look like a German Shepherd. I called it Schultz because it was supposed to be a German Shepherd, and the TV show was popular. So I named the dog Schultz. I don't know whatever happened to the dog. Somebody stole the chicken I had. I know that much. Hey, I am German. I am able to use the bad words. That's right. Germany can get away with anything. That's my culture. Yeah, I had a chicken. I don't know if I ever told you guys. David said a bad word? Probably. Probably. I probably did say a bad word. Yeah, I probably say a lot of bad words. I may just talk too fast, Kenesha, and you don't catch all the bad words I say. But I had a chicken as a kid, and somebody stole my chicken and ate it. I know they did. I lived in a trailer park. We were really poor. I was in 4-H, right? Because they had to do something with me to keep me out of prison at 8. So I went to the 4-H people, and they gave me a baby chicken to raise. I took it home in my trailer. I raised it. I tied a string around it like they do in the Philippines, and I had it living in my backyard. And one night we heard a lot of chicken noise. Came back the next morning, the chicken was gone. The string was untied. So one of the neighbors took the chicken and ate it. Tarzan says, balut, balut, balut. I think that Americans and Germans had a really good relationship. Had or has. Gross, balut. No, I don't want balut either. There's so many other things to eat like Spam. Kenesha, why would you type such of a bad word, Kenesha? Boy, that's not very nice of you. Man, bad words, Kenesha. I'm shocked. Had a good, yeah. Before the war? Yeah, I think so. Before the first war? Yeah. I think we did in the beginning, to be honest. And I think we have a pretty decent one now, to be honest. Tarzan, my brother-in-law had a party and cooked my roosters. See? See, John? I'm telling you, I raised that chicken as a 4-H project. I had to go back to 4-H and say, somebody ate my chicken. Somebody ate my chicken. I had 4 roosters, pets, and Dominguez. Yes, I believe it, John. Maybe if we met, we could have really good friends. Oh, we would. We'd have a good time, meme. We would, as long as we didn't go out in public and drink, I think we'd be fine. I was going to make a sandwich. My bread is frozen. Well, put it outside in the 110 degrees heat for about 2 minutes. You sent me an email? All right. I'll have to check it in a little bit. Ozzy, my backup iPad is dead. And if I move this live stream to minimize it, it freezes the live stream on the iPhones. So I'll have to check it in a little bit. Kuya Joey's in the house. How are you, my friend? But I'll check it, Ozzy. I don't drink. I know, that's the problem. Everybody say hello to our good friend Joey. Joey, how are you, my friend? I do coke. Oh my God. You're going to get us all arrested, meme. Kenesha. Oh my gosh, Kenesha. You're horrible. Kuya Joey is hello to you, meme. Ozzy, that's fine. All right, good, Ozzy. Hello, Joey. Everybody tell Kenesha to be good, girl. To be nice. We expect better out of you. Hey, Joey from Mike and Venus. Kuya Joey, been a long 24 hours. The epicenter of the earthquake was in my wife's hometown. Lots of damage to our brand new house, but family safe. Good. We went through that in Cebu last week. One of our buildings is in half. They're not living in it anymore, and everybody had to move to a safer location over in Cebu. So we still have friends and family that are sleeping outside, Kuya, but nobody is injured, which is a good thing for us in our part of the Philippines. So, but there's still a lot of uncertainty. It's okay, Kenesha, I'm just giving you a hard time. But we're glad they're all doing okay. The sad thing, and I say this, Kuya, and you know this, If anybody can survive, deal with, and roll with earthquakes, it's the people of the Philippines. They can take a natural disaster and be bored of it in about a day and a half. You know, it just really doesn't. I watched a lot of the videos of the earthquakes. I've watched a lot of them. And I was telling a friend the other day, I said, what is amazing about watching these earthquake videos is how many Filipinos are not panicking, are not stressed. They know what's going on. They know what's happening. They know what it is. They're not stressed. They're not panicking. In America, we'd all be crapping our pants, freaking out, you know, praying to the gods for it all to stop. And a lot of them are just, you know, yeah, we know. We know. I know all the cops in town personally, don't worry, we won't get arrested tonight, but maybe next weekend. Good job. We're just there too. Came home Monday. I know, it's kind of weird, right? I'll tell you, Joey, when we saw the videos out of Cebu, where some of the restaurants we ate at, places are stomping grounds, so to speak, right? When you see that they're no longer, you know, poof, that they're a pancake, it makes you kind of go, wow, that's really weird, you know? To see the Jollibee that we ate at when it first opened up because it was new, or the McDonald's no longer, you know, it's just kind of weird. That's what it stands for. I know. Very true, Joey says. Tarzan says, USA gas stations sell drugs like bath salts, kind of drugs illegal. Yes. I thought bath salts were illegal now. I thought we finally passed the law that made them illegal. It's the gas that comes out of the ground in the Philippines that makes earthquakes. Well, it's the shifting of the tectonic plates. The ring of fire is a big part of that. So it's a combination, you're right, Pat, of all of that. Yeah, it's the tectonic plates, the shifting of the plates. But what happens when you have that, you have the gases that release because of the shifting of the plates. And that makes things worse. The ring of fire. Can you sing the Johnny Cash song? I'm laughing at myself. I know for what well, good. I'm glad. So it's usually when the plates are so tough that one slips. That's kind of what it does. And in the ring of fire, where you have a lot of volcanic activities, when this happens, you get a lot of off-gassings from the volcanoes. But usually it's not the gas buildup that does this. It's just pressure from the rotation of the earth building up. Tectonic plates, is that what I said? Or did I say platonic? Tectonic plates. Maybe I said platonic. Cooey Joey says, I got to go to sleep. Saw you live. Wanted to say hi. Appreciate that, Joey. As always, thinking of going to sleep. I should go to sleep. I remember when I was last there in Cebu, I was about 30 years old, was eating a Chowking. Woohoo! There was an earthquake, houses, buildings would shake. It is scary. And I laughed at you too. Well, Kenesha. Wow. Yeah, I've been in, it's kind of like life in the Philippines. There's nothing, everything rolls off their back. That's right. Subduction. That's right. And that's when you either get, what you get is, you get two different things. You get the plates that jerk each other like this, but one doesn't go under. Or you get one that rises up over and pushes the other down. Cooey Joey, prayers for you and your loved ones? Absolutely. Thanks, Tim. All right, well, let's wind this down. My phone's about dead anyway, everybody. I appreciate everybody being here tonight, all the thumbs up, all the support. Remember, Rice for Life is something we're working on. We're still trying to collect the $5 million and not luck with that. If anybody needs anything from us, let us know. But everybody stay safe. Have a great weekend. We're going to go eat Japanese food at a very, very fancy Japanese restaurant tomorrow night. You guys are not welcome to go with me, but I'll be thinking of you while I'm there, maybe. I am so excited because I love Japanese food, and this is a beautiful restaurant. I mean, a beautiful restaurant. I just hope the food is good because I love Japanese food. So I'm very excited. Take care, Tim. See you. Mike, see you. Pat, take care. Sounds good. Everybody say goodbye to each other. We appreciate all of you guys being here this late with us. Stay safe and look for the Facebook to see about the food, the Japanese food we're going to eat tomorrow. Lorelei will be posting some Facebook pictures, I'm sure. Nora, we appreciate you too. Take care, my friend. Pat says goodnight. Mike and Venus says, look for my new video. Everybody, Mike is demanding that everybody go watch his video, whether we want to or not. We'll watch it. Everybody take care. Kanisha, what do you mean we need nothing? What do you mean? I don't know. Upcoming today. All right, Mike. Uploading today. Goodbye, everybody. Kanisha, we appreciate you. And we'll talk to you soon. Downloading tonight. My meme says, meme. Good to have you back. I'm glad you had a good time on your trip. All right, everybody. Take care, and we will see you guys later.